don't do it now, it's never gonna happen. All right, haven't had a drink on the show. I don't think the whole entire freaking year.
It's gonna be on camera, but I was gonna say, Lou, bring yours down. You about to cut your chin off. Bring your camera down.
Jeffrey, the show has started.
I know, but I just saw it.
He's like, look, her chin is
because we was losing, can't lose it now.
We can't lose it. Lutasha, your hair looks beautiful. Jeffrey, your hair looks beautiful.
Thank you.
I'm pouring myself some Japanese whiskey.
Hey now.
I need it. I'm just.
I will toast you to your whiskey, Blue. I made a nice sangria, but I've been playing with sangria flavors. This is a tropical infusion. It got some ginger and some mango in there. Along
Jeffrey,
with
why are you not inviting us over no more? We used to get
invited. I mean, I keep saying we need to get into the studio, or we need to figure out how to set
money. Up okay, I shouldn't have to pay $500 to see my friend.
Or you didn't let me finish. Or we need to figure out how to be 3 people on this sofa.
That looks crazy for the angles. We're not going to see each other. Jeffrey, why did the show have to be involved?
We do a test episode and just see what the people think.
Fuck the people. I just want to come over as your friend.
Oh,
right. I just want to be cooked for.
My door is you know what my Super Bowl meal was? What? I had a sandwich from Whole Foods. I did not cook.
Jeffrey, you know that we'll come see you without you cooking.
Okay, I'll be nervous.
I know. Clearly, you think we only come for the food. All right. I said, Jeffrey, I want to come over for Super Bowl crickets. He's like, it's because I had a sandwich. Bitch, I would have came over with a pizza. It's not that serious. All right.
I thought you was gonna pop like it's literally an always open invite. I just thought you were giving me a warning, like, hey,
I don't do that though. I need a formal invite. I don't pop up to nobody's house because I be naked in my house all the time. I don't want to create that habit between us and have my wobbly bits out.
See, I think it's because that's the household family life I grew up in. Like we all got keys to each other's house. We just pop up. If you sleep or busy, we just sit in the living room until we leave. And it's just
my family too naked for that.
See, but yeah, so y'all can not y'all the viewers, but y'all Blue and Lou, y'all can pop up at my house anytime you want.
What's wrong with a little nakedness?
If I happen to be naked and not alone, I will sit and look for the red string on the drawer.
I don't want to see Jeffrey. I don't want to see you in the middle of coitus.
That's why I said look for the red string. Okay, gotta come back.
Oh, we didn't do the toast. Lou, do you have a drink?
I don't.
Oh, you want to get a drink? Lou was just looking around sad. I gotta reapply my
lipstick. I can find some.
Yeah, I'll reapply my lipstick. I just did like a 90-minute live, so my mouth is tired. Pause.
What you talking about?
A little bit of what we're going to be talking about today, the Super Bowl, Beyonce's master plan to take back Black music from white people, and how people need to stop talking about Usher and her having beef when they've known each other since she was 12 and he used to babysit her. And y'all will find a way to turn everything into a fake argument.
Turn everything into a fake argument. Literally, I didn't. One person, I was talking to one person. He was like, "Oh, did you hear? Beyonce." No, said, "What is Beyonce's beef for Usher?" And I was so lost. Yeah, I was lost. I was like, "What do you mean?" And then she dropped music on. I was like, she did it after his performance, and she didn't even drop like an album or anything. She just put out 2 singles after his.
And this 3-part rollout has been in the works for over 4 years, and her husband is the one who invited him to even be in the halftime show. What are y'all? Okay, let's pause because the fuckery is fuckering. It's fuckery. The fuckery is fuckering. And if I wasn't worried about censors, that'd be the name of today's episode. But I'm gonna
put in some bleeps, some stars on the.
Now we've been bleeping a lot. There's been lots of dicks and balls and backpacks. We might need a special network if this gets any raunchier. Lulu, what drink did you find out? Because Lulu's back for the toast.
I have water.
Oh. We can't toast with water. You have to get like a lemon or something.
January is over now, girl. We
How is the biggest drinker of the group the one act like she don't know how this works?
Right.
You got some juice. Wow. We said it was Monday on a Monday. I know, right?
I don't have no juice.
You got liquor. There we go.
Oh, well, you went from water to wine. What are you, Jesus? Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Pop it open.
You skipped everything in between. I love you with this straight hair, Lulu. You giving 90s fine.
Thank
you. Moesha.
I feel like we all look like different parts of the 90s.
I'm here for
I feel like you look like the light-skinned nigga who's like the protagonist in all the Tyler Perry movies. You know, it's always a light-skinned nigga with braids, except yours is real. It's not a lace front.
It's not a wig.
It's not a wig. Oh my God, he's gonna be the salvation for the corporate woman who just needs to be dicked down and loved right by a good service industry man.
I don't want to play that role.
That, you know how much money
Hang
they
on,
make?
Blue, you cutting your chin off too. Y'all keep cutting y'all chins off.
Why are you worried about our chins? Okay, fine, I'm gonna sit up. No, but
the people we want to see y'all.
I was hanging out with some of Tyler Perry's actors this previous weekend, Grammy weekend. When they explained to me what them checks look like, I will never again talk shit about Tyler Perry's. They said they make 6 figures in a couple of weeks and they get paid within 7 days. Like, you start on Monday, you are rich by Friday, and the check clears by the following fucking Friday. Granted, everything is improv, it's one take. Granted, the scripts are trash. Granted, sometimes Tyler writes stuff that he forgot he wrote, and if you remind him, he might cuss you out. So it's all questionable, right? Artistically speaking, it is questionable. Artistically speaking, it's questionable. But the fact that you can be broke on the 1st, go to Tyler Perry Studios, and be rich by the 12th, yeah. And
I've never heard anybody say anything as far as being paid by Tyler Perry. They might talk a lot of shit about the scripts, the work environment,
the actual
him
art
as a person, all that stuff. But the coin, I ain't never heard nobody say Tyler owes me, other than Monique.
Okay, that's a whole other conversation that's gonna raise my blood pressure. Lulu, I don't know if you missed it when you were getting up to get your drink. We were talking about how I was hanging out with some Tyler Perry actors recently, and them explaining what he did to their bank accounts aroused me. I was fiscally aroused.
No, but Blue, one of me and Lutasha's good friends, Lodrick, he's on one of Tyler Perry's shows.
I'm sure, and he probably pays for dinner.
And he has been he's been on. How long has the Oval been on? I don't even know. Several seasons, but
wow,
yeah, consistently and still working.
So if y'all see me, Lulu, or Jeffrey on a Tyler Perry production, mind your business.
Okay.
Because that's probably why we're back in the studio. Okay, now that Lulu has a drink, what are we toasting to, guys?
It's February. I don't know. I just feel really, really good this month. And I know we're already in the middle of the month, but I just feel like it's a new start or something. I don't know. I just feel great.
It does feel like a fresh start. So let's toast to a fresh start and finally getting all the things that we've been praying for.
Getting them. Oh, cheers.
Give me all my things. Cheers. Salud. Ooh. Ooh, that Japanese whiskey is smooth. Ooh.
You over there like a thug.
What's the Japanese word?
Me and Lutasha sipping. Blue over there like a thug.
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa. Ooh, I feel good. Ooh. All right.
Not you just lifted.
I felt good. I had to move the hair around. Okay. Okay. Let's get into it. You guys already know what we have to get into. It is the morning after the night before. And we are speaking and recording this on Super Bowl Monday, the afterglow. So much to uncover. But before we start with the social topics, I wanted to first give our resident sports expert, Lutasha Bradley, an opportunity to tell us about the stuff that didn't happen during halftime. Because I can only speak to halftime, the commercials, and what happened in the stands. I don't know shit about what happened on the field, except for that Kelsey boy won something, and then he got mad at somebody, and then Taylor ran off. I don't know. But Lulu, you tell us as our sports expert, what happened yesterday for the non-sports girls and boys?
Well, the Kansas City Chiefs, who the Lions beat earlier this season. I'm still bitter
your shit. Talk your shit
about the Lions not being in the Super Bowl, but they won the Super Bowl and it was well deserved. Patrick Mahomes is an excellent quarterback. He is technically Black. I don't know if he identifies that way, but
I know he got a Black daddy. I've heard that everybody likes his Black daddy more than they like him. That's all I know about him.
I mean, I could see that. He kind of sounds like, you guys know, he sounds like Kermit the Frog, like a little bit too, like when he talks. And so, yeah. But anyways, he played excellent. He put the team on his back and he made sure that they won. It was an exciting game. It was super close. I wasn't watching that closely because, again, I was bitter, but I did have it on. I wanted both the teams to lose and Usher to win. So
wait, you wanted both the teams to lose? I remember I was watching it right before the halftime because I Googled when is halftime, And it said between 5 to 5:15 Pacific Standard Time. So at 5:02, I saw the score was like 100-0. I was like, okay, well, they're gonna lose. I went to bed, woke up, watched the thing, had a snack. Super Bowl, halftime was over. Forgot the Super Bowl was on after that. I stopped caring because I was too busy tweeting about what happened during halftime. And then I said, oh shit, there was a football game. I wonder who won. It must have been the other team because it was like 100-0. And then found out the team that had 0 actually won. That's exciting.
Yeah. So they came back and won. It was a hell of a game.
It was that overtime is what got me, because I had after halftime, I always watch the game up through the halftime show. And then after halftime, I drift off and I come back in the fourth quarter to finish it.
Yep.
And I kind of have my timing down for when to come back. I was a little late, but I came back and that thing said overtime. I was like, well, damn. And as I'm watching, I'm not a big football fan, but I'm like, hey, I live in California, so I'm gonna go California thing. And what looked like they were winning, and I was gonna give my small praise and cheers, baby. In that last second, I was gonna say that touchdown. I said, wait a minute, good job.
That wasn't nothing but Colin Kirkpatrick doing the curse on the 49ers for doing him dirty. Kaepernick. I said Kirkpatrick. Kaepernick.
Kaepernick came back and said, "Until you do right by me."
I feel like Colin Kaepernick put the Miss Seeley on them people, and I don't mind it. I don't mind it actually. You know what's so interesting is, I love stats, and one of the stats that I heard in the little bit that I did watch was when someone said a team has never been this so far behind and won in the history of the game, and I was like, well, statistically speaking, y'all lost. Well, fuck the stats. I was like, oh, so they actually made history. This is a win has never happened from this much of a loss. So I guess congratulations to them.
I know that team is happy as fuck, all the money that they invested into Travis Kelce
and Taylor
this
Swift
past season. But hey, both him, whatever. I know that listen, they are just like, thank God.
Right. All the publicity of Taylor Swift. Goofy, lame.
The Taylor Swift of it all, I almost am remiss to start talking about her too early because I don't want us to feel like we're centering a white woman in this blackety black pro-black show. However, I think what's interesting about the Taylor Swift of it all is she becomes super important when we get into the conversation I do want to have with you guys, which is about number one. Let's first center Usher before we talk about anything else. Because I think hashtag Usher Bowl, Nigga Bowl didn't happen when we thought it was going to be Baltimore versus Detroit. So we missed the Nigga Bowl, but we still had the Usher show. The fact that Usher started with a PSA warning that you might want to watch your wife and be careful.
And your relationships.
And then Swizz Beatz said, how I get in it when he demonstrated.
Listen, only thing I was missing, I wish that when he played Bad Girl, I love that her came out. That was amazing. No, not Beyonce, no. But I actually would have loved it if he would have had Kiki kind of walk out and model do it. That would have been good. Because
Kiki been through enough.
Her ex-baby daddy been acting a fool on Twitter again.
Yeah, Kiki been through enough. And also it's so funny that a lot of the white folks thought that was Northwest. They're like, oh my God, Northwest is such a genius. She can paint and now she can also play I was like.
I literally said that jokingly to my brother. I'm like, oh, they got Northwest.
Everybody thought her was Northwest. And I thought it was funny until I went back. She was dressed like Northwest.
But she looked like her.
But she was literally dressed like Northwest. And no offense, Kanye and Kim's offspring probably has as much of a global imprint as Grammy nominated, highly sought after musician.
I will not disagree with you on that.
Coming from Kanye's balls makes you equitable to a musician who can play 18 instruments.
You know what I think it is for me? I think it's because her is probably one of the only of these new R&B artists. She is the only one that I seriously get into. I just immediately
the king of R&B. She's the king of R&B. She is.
I just immediately recognized her when she came out. Damage. She can play that all night for me, and I will never get tired of it.
Damage is probably one of the few R&B songs of this decade that could go toe to toe with a 90s R&B song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And the thing I love about her is that she's a perfect example of branding versus talent, because when her was a child prodigy and who was doing, American Idols and all these reality shows and was marketed as Gabby Wilson, didn't nobody give a fuck about Gabby Wilson. No offense, Gabby. You're amazing. but nobody gave a fuck about a child star who didn't make it on the Mickey Mouse Club and then could play an instrument. The minute she put on them Aaliyah shades and said, well, I'm just hurting.
I am her.
I am her. That mysterious branding, suddenly it went from, oh, you're just another child prodigy to, oh, this is sexy. So I just love how she was able to like repackage that. Like, y'all gonna get this talent.
Right. And she is extremely talented.
And
do y'all have a favorite her song?
Damage.
You would like the most sexy, toxic one.
It's just, and you know what? The first time I heard it wasn't even radio or on the CD. She was the musical guest on Saturday Night Live when the song came out. And I heard her sing. I was just like,
now who all is this?
He was like, this is a bop.
Bop. It was just everything. I love Damage.
Speaking of this is a bop, I posted this is a bop on Will Smith's page and he liked it and sent like a thumbs up. I was like,
oh, Will Smith, what song?
To Willow, because I guess Willow hit like 1 billion streams or something, and he was like, you know, flexing on his daughter on Instagram. And I was like, look at a proud papa just going ahead and responding to all the love for his daughter. I don't know what he said about the shade, but it just made me feel like, oh my God, you're such a dad. Like you're such a dad. We've been talking about you to your face for 2 years. You haven't responded to nobody. Let somebody clap for your baby girl, and it's all smiley faces and shit.
Oh,
good for him. Shoot.
I love that. Well, speaking of Libras that get a lot of attention, all right, Usher, let's get right into it.
That was a show. That was a halftime show.
I loved it.
I always have to do this disclaimer. I usually pride myself on being unbiased. Usher sexually arouses me, so there will be heavy bias.
So there's that.
It was just such a just good and put together. And Usher is a consummate performer. Like the roller skate, like it was such a good. It was like 12 minutes. I feel like 12, maybe 13 minutes. But
it was 13. Yeah.
No, it was 15. Yeah, he got 2 extra minutes. He got 15.
Yeah, because they said he had the longest halftime show. Like
it didn't feel like it. I felt like this thing was over.
It felt like 5 to 7.
It wasn't long enough. It wasn't long enough.
It wasn't. He hit every, and I love, because again, I like Usher, but I know a lot of our people don't love his EDM era, his songs with Pitbull and everything. He kept all of his music so black. He ain't touched none of that EDM stuff. It was just great. I think the only thing he did was OMG.
And there was a petition for weeks of Black people begging him to skip that song. Literally, if you go on
OMG?
Yeah, there was literally a petition of Black people saying, Usher, you have so many hits and we know it's hard for you to pick. Please don't make us lose a good one that makes us happy for some fucking OMG. And Usher must have seen those. It went viral. It was everywhere. It was a petition. And Usher lives.
I saw one to what you're saying. I saw one where they were like, niggas thinking Usher gonna be on that singing, can you handle it?
And honestly, those niggas did think that he was gonna do a body roll. I didn't think that. I will say, however, Usher sees everything. I know he saw them because it went super viral and he has people telling him when his name goes viral. My thing was, we're begging you not to do OMG because we're scared it's gonna take away from a fave. And that's exactly what happened.
You think
and
so?
Let me read I'm gonna read the review. I'm gonna read the review because there's a review that I posted that I knew was going to be complimentary, but make people who are sensitive have a reaction because I'm not allowed to say anything, but I want to suck his dick. And so I intentionally put people act like you say anything.
You almost got sangria spit all over my screen.
If you say anything other than Usher is my Lord and Savior, you're gonna get like black rage, right? But I knew that people were thinking it, so I posted it. When I tell you the amount of DMs I got from people in the industry who were like, I was thinking the same thing, but I didn't want to say it because I love him. So I'm gonna read the review because Lutasha hit me up as well, and she was like, "Bitch." I'm gonna read it. My school, it was very. Lutasha ain't never squared up on me. I was like, oh, I get it. He's sexy girl. I get it. It's Usher. I get it. I'm not even upset. My Usher scorecard is, and please listen to all the words because Lutasha focused on the only thing that wasn't about Usher. She's like, watch
this is Lutasha's specific review.
No, this is my review that Lutasha DM'd me because she wanted to like, hello, Barbara, this is Shirley. Watch your mouth. Okay. So I wrote my scorecard. I give Usher and his 44 plus year old niece an A. So see? Usher gets an A, guys, before anybody tells me hate mail.
A plus.
A plus. A-town. Okay, Usher gets an A. This is where she gets honest. I give the audio a B minus. The first 45 seconds were trash. The first note of Alicia Keys was calling up the ancestors from the pits of hell.
I thought we ain't get to that part yet.
No. I'm talking about the scorecard. Between the audio glitch in the first minute and Alicia's whatever the fuck that was until we saw her body and got distracted. That is a B-. I'm sorry, I can't lie to you. I love Usher. He gets an A by himself in a bathroom with no cameras, right? But I cannot look past the wincing I did in those moments. And the fact that we got, and that was it, of Superstar. But 2 minutes of him roller skating to OMG. Let me finish. He could have done a rendition of Superstar on roller skates that led into OMG. I am so mad that it was half of OMG and the first fucking vocal chord of Superstar. I got blue balls, and I give that a C on behalf of my sexual arousement. And so overall, I give the show a B+. And it's a B+ because of Usher. He's an A, but Alicia's audio, the audio band who fucked up, and the blue balls, I have to consider that. I'm sorry.
But you know what an extra credit to bump it back up to A is?
What?
Lil Jon. Last night, Lil Jon.
Has Lil Jon been working out?
Look, I said, come on now.
I ain't never tell my lover and friends that
tiny.
Lil Jon and Luda about to do it again.
That little extra credit to Lil Jon, that bumped it back up. It took
no,
up for
bump
Alicia.
back down to JD's socks. So it's back to a B+.
JD like a little leprechaun up there.
Looking like Orphan Annie is back.
I love that he did have you so deaf representation up there. But I think it was so smart because OMG, one thing the Black Eyed Peas did really, really fantastically, they made what was referred to as stadium music. It's that everybody get involved, everybody singing. OMG, written by will.i.am, it's Usher's stadium song.
I'm not fighting it being in. I'm fighting that it got so much time and I got one gargle of Superstar. If you had just taken 15 seconds.
It's too many people, like too many opinions. I like OMG. I didn't know that people had like this horrible.
Yeah.
Oh, you're one of them.
I
thought. That's why you don't understand. You're one of them. Never mind.
I know people didn't love.
I completely understand now why you don't understand. Okay, you're one of them.
I know people don't love Tonight. The DJ's Got Us Falling in Love Again. That one I know people don't love, but OMG.
Go on Twitter, guys. You guys are on the wrong. Please go on Twitter. Literally, there's actual petitions of people begging this man not to do this, and he didn't.
Well, I'm glad he did it. Usher, thank you for disappointing them.
I'm glad he did it too. Right, because I like OMG Usher. Thank you, boo.
Guess what? I'm gonna play when this podcast is over.
Don't play it in front of me. I got alcohol poisoning in South Beach to OMG. Okay.
So see, it's personal for you. You got trauma.
No, I didn't make the petition. I'm just saying that I'm not the only one who almost died to OMG playing in the back. OMG was a dangerous time in Usher's catalog.
Super Bowl is triggering for Blue.
No, I didn't make the petition, but I'm just saying if I have alcohol poisoning, there's probably a lot of people in the mid-2000s who made bad decisions while Oh My God was playing in the background in South Beach.
But yes, so like I love the skating, the road. You know, I'm always even though Usher he did it all 100 shows of his Vegas residency, I still get so nervous when artists do these things because I'm like, okay, nigga, now you on the biggest platform in the world at the moment. You roller skating. When he came through will.i.am's legs, I was like, whoo, okay, get back. Okay, he got it. Ever since
he's 45, guys. Can we just discuss that those are 45-year-old knees?
Ever since years ago when Beyonce came tumbling down them stairs in Orlando and I forgot, I think Sasha Fierce tour or something.
Why would you bring that up? Now we're gonna get dragged by the fucking baby.
I know. I get so nervous when any artist does tricks now. I'd be like, please, Lord Jesus, be with. Especially my black artist.
Trying to get down some stairs.
That was a trick. She was walking. That was not a trick, Jeffrey. The lady fell.
Well, when I say tricks, I mean she ain't have to have us. You know, she could have came just from backstage on the flat ground.
No, Beyonce learned because since then, remember when she propelled backwards on a chair while 9 months pregnant?
I get nervous. I was at that Renaissance tour. I get nervous for everything.
Yeah, that horse was doing too much. Renee the horse.
Yes.
First of all, why they named the horse Renee after Renaissance? The horse's name is Renee.
Yeah. Oh, see, this what the people saying B did to Usher. Come on, we still talking about Usher. We didn't jump to Beyonce.
But here's the thing, though. I do think that Usher and Beyonce have for 30 years been interwoven quite beautifully and complementary in each other's careers, doing songs together, doing Grammy performances together. Like, they have such a beautiful camaraderie that I do think getting into it, let's get into it, that is so short-sighted to pit them against each other when they're family. It's like saying, oh my God, Blue, why'd you invite your friends on the show? Because it's my family and it's more fun with family. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're being a little intellectually dishonest, acting like we don't understand why after 30 years of being dragged, you wouldn't be extra excited to have your big brother share a night with you.
Yeah, I think that I'm glad that he did not have Beyonce come on stage with him because Beyonce is such a fucking global. She's Beyonce. I really think that even if she just did a walkout for Bad Girl, like people were hoping, or if she would have did the My Boo, it would have overtaken Usher. It would have overshadowed Usher. And so I'm actually glad that she was, up there looking good and
drinking her Aquafina, her special bottle,
enjoying the show just like we were. And so it made it still all about Usher and Alicia's bad note. Alicia's bad key.
The NFL tried to Facetune the bad note on their official website, and Black Twitter was like,
we heard it.
We heard that.
I was sitting here and I saw the big red, so I was like, "Ooh, drama!" Now listen, anytime you give me drama, give me drama. So I was like, "Okay." I did not. Now the part, where he could have actually added more of Superstar in. She did not have to sing "If I Ain't Got You." They could have just went straight into My Boo. I think.
I agree.
Yeah.
Choices were made. I'm gonna be honest. Again, Usher is an A.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Nobody is fine enough for me to say that the production wasn't a B as far as everybody outside of Usher. I think whoever was in charge of designating how that 15 minutes was spent, Alicia's vocal coach or her tea and lozenge supplier, whoever was in charge of helping JD with his sock purchases. There were so many things that failed him. He was an A, but the audio and moments where bigger wins could have happened are a B. And the funny thing is, ever since I made that post, people are getting braver about admitting that, which is a tricky thing when you adore somebody, but also want to tell the truth.
Yeah. I didn't understand why Alicia needed to sing one of her songs. And also, what happened? Because in 2000, when Alicia came out, baby, that Diary, what was it called? Diary in A minor, or not Diary? Diary's the second album. Songs in A minor. That's the first one. Like, we stand and love Alicia Keys, even going into Diary.
I actually had a crush on Alicia Keys.
Even going into Diary, and I think probably her first 3 to 4 hours were great. But at what point did we start saying, "Girl, get off the mic"?
When she said somebody was on fire,
girl,
that was the moment where she lost me. The minute that she set that bitch on fire, I was out.
Vocally,
I feel like she's always kind of been a bad singer, but it's just like, I don't know why. I'm serious, and I'm like, I think that maybe her mic wasn't always on. And she was like, you know what, I'm gonna stop wearing makeup. I'm gonna turn this mic on. And it just hasn't been.
I feel like people did. One blew back to Girl on Fire. Vocally, Alicia would, but actually I like the song. Maybe it's the message in the song. I don't know. When I hear
She's
it,
a sweet girl.
I genuinely like it. But I feel like Alicia Keys kind of gets that Candy treatment. Like back in the 90s when Escape was hot, ain't nobody say nothing about, oh, Candy can't sing, Candy, this and that. But now fast forward, we all like, girl.
Yeah.
Stick to the pen.
We always thought that Candy was the fun one, but the big one could sing. That's what people used to say. Oh, the big one's the actual singer, but Candy's the fun one.
It was always, Latasha.
Latasha. But we didn't call her Latasha back then. We literally called her the big one, y'all. The 90s were mean.
Right.
The 90s were mean. Nobody called her Latasha.
Candy just, but nobody, even though we say, the big one had the better voice, nobody ever just said, oh, Candy can't sing. But now, fast forward, her and Alicia Keys, we like, how did
I also blame Keith Sweat. I blame Keith Sweat. I think Keith Sweat confused us because I want to blame you. Yeah. At that point, we were listening to all types of bullshit. Keith Sweat set the bar so low so that the Candies and the Alicias of the world could
you
run.
Got it. You got it with that one, yeah.
So an accountant from the Midwest, was he from the Midwest? An accountant at 40 years old was like, I want to be a singer. Fuck if I can sing. And he convinced all of us to let him croon us through the 90s. And that's why we didn't know Candy couldn't sing.
We putting Keith, Alicia, and Candy all in a little group.
The House of Keith. I call it the House of Keith.
They gave us hits, but we don't want to hear y'all today.
I want to play wrong. The fact that I could see all of Keith Sweat's catalog with a cold should have told you something was wrong.
Keith was tricking us back in the day, but it was hot.
Here's the thing. The writing was so good. That's the thing about the 90s. When the writing is that good and the beats and the melodies and the arrangements are so masterful, you actually have space for singers to phone it in sometimes.
Yeah.
But now we're making TikTok music.
She was writing all her music. She was playing that little piano. She was doing all the little stuff. And then we wasn't listening to her singing.
And we saw she was this really, really high yellow, light-skinned girl. But the fact that she wanted to identify as Black, we was like, we got you, girl. We got you.
And she had cornrows. So now all of a sudden, all the studs. Let me tell you, I did so many studs that look like Alicia Keys when I was in my 20s. Because that was a thing. All the biracial and light-skinned studs were wearing the cornrows.
Like,
Alicia.
What's the girl from the 90s? She had that one song, God send me an angel from the heavens
the little
above.
Spanish thing.
Yes, I can't think of her name. You know, I love a one-hit wonder. I
What
love a
do
one-hit
you
wonder.
the gays love a one-hit wonder. There's actually a thread that's going again viral on Twitter
I'm
of gays saying
sorry.
you're a special kind of gay if there's
You
an
are
obscure
special.
one-hit wonder that you love and listen to every day.
And I've been scrolling through and I'm like, yes, yes, yes.
I almost
yes.
said, I'm like, Jeffrey, these are your people. I literally almost said it to the group chat. Jeffrey, these obscure gays, these are your people.
Because I got so many. I'm looking at all of them and I got so many more I want to add in there.
Can I say to the gay community, particularly gay Black and brown men, you guys, when it comes to female artists, single-handedly keep us from jumping out of windows.
We keep
If
our
nobody
girls
else
alive.
loves you, a Black and or Latino gay man will make you feel like you're that bitch.
Because let me
when
tell
it comes
you,
to music.
a Black Pride Parade, you're going to get Maya, you're going to get Michelle, you're going to get Lil
Mhm.
Mo, you're going to get Angie Martinez. Look, we going to
Singing her one verse from Ladies Night.
The only one that we might now exclude, oh, Jesus, I'm sorry.
Harry
I used to
Hilson?
fight. No, I used to fight for her so hard.
Who?
Tinashe.
Nah, she gotta go, bitch. She gotta go. Tinashe did a tiny desk, and I was like, I thought this was supposed to be good. Her tiny desk was such trash. It was basura. It was.
Oh, Luta, I thought you saw the clip. We had a clip of one of our.
I think I saw the clip.
Oh,
I was confused. I was confused by Tinashe because it wasn't bad or good. It was like, why'd you come?
Yeah.
It was bad.
Here?
It was okay. Well, you know
what?
what?
I'm trying to be nice.
The not bad part was the production, the background singers.
You mean everything
camera,
that she had nothing to do with? I mean, the actual tiny desk brand.
Her glam. She was beautiful.
Okay.
The not good was what was coming out of her mouth.
Well, for me, bad is the first note of Alicia Keys at the Super Bowl. From moving forward, that will be what I call bad, right? So it wasn't bad as that first note of Alicia last night.
Ooh, that was so bad.
It was incredibly subpar. Like, why are you here? And she was trying to hype him up, like, yeah, y'all hear that? We're like, yeah, we heard it. It was.
Listen, the thing when you are on that stage, you have to act like nothing is wrong. You just got to keep going. So
But she overacted, almost like Saweetie in that award show when she couldn't read and she was like struggling. I know that's right. We were like, girl, you can't read. No,
you can't read. Now we
it was very much anybody at USC.
I know that's right. When you try to overact and you're super bad, it actually makes it more cringe.
But she looked good.
She does look good. She's cute. Cute as a button.
Yeah.
She looks like I wouldn't recognize her off the street from any other girl in LA wearing flip-flops and a sweatshirt.
Tinashe?
Yeah.
I feel that way about another artist, but I'm not gonna speak about her.
You mean an artist who's Grammy award-winning artist who you're not gonna talk shit about on the stage?
I was just saying, I ain't gonna speak it because I don't want to get jumped.
Because Jeffrey stay
love the music down. Love the music down.
Jeffrey stay on the wrong side of history when certain topics. I'm trying to protect him more on the show.
Love the music down. But
Lulu, you want us to say it and get him jumped?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll text you.
Let's go for it.
You ain't gonna hear it out of my mouth. You ain't gonna hear it out of my mouth.
Jeffrey thinks that Tinashe is more noticeable on the street than Victoria Monet.
I ain't gonna hear that out of my mouth. That came out of Blue Tulisma's mouth.
Okay. When I tell you, the one thing I love about Jeffrey is Jeffrey will stand strong on something and be proven wrong and still smile. Like, well, I did my best.
Because since we here now, here's the thing. Because I used to listen to Victoria. You know, it's one of those things where a lot of people say, "Oh, the artist." You know, I listened to them before she was Billboard popular, before she was, all of that and getting the Grammys and the accolades, which she deserved. I always thought she was a great artist. Mm-hmm. My issue is, and I went back even looking, if you go on Spotify or whatever your streaming app is and look at her different album covers, I was always like, I don't know what this girl looks like. Like, for real, like, if she was standing in front of me, Lutasha, your square you could be Victoria Monet. And
now Jeffrey, you're being flagrant now. Okay.
But no, I'm serious. Like, even at the Grammys, I was like, wait, this ain't the girl that I thought she's a beautiful girl, like absolutely beautiful. I just can never look at something and be like, that's Victoria Monet until she's singing her song.
She has what I call, according to Jeffrey, I don't agree with this, but he's saying what I call emoji face. There's some people whose faces are pleasant, but almost like nondescript. And so if you put a wig on them, you can't recognize them anymore.
She literally looks like
I used to think I had emoji face because a lot of people think I look like a cousin or a sister. Like people always think I'm somebody I'm not. So I think I might have a little bit of emoji face.
She looks like a beautiful, when that description, Lutasha, remember how our friend James Bland,
tall, fine ass James Bland. Mm-hmm.
When you type in Google handsome black man, James has this headshot. And I don't even know if it's still there, but it was always handsome black man, that just generic description, James Bland would pop up. She looks like that nondescript, beautiful Black woman. Victoria Monet's face is going to pop up, and I just would listen.
Victoria, I would recognize you in a heartbeat, and I love you. And the views of Jeffrey Smith Jr. are the views only of Jeffrey Smith Jr.
I stream the music. I think that the Grammys were very well deserved. I love the music. I ain't walking back. I've always said I loved her music. I listened to her music before she got.
It's not about her music. We're talking about her face. So you can keep on moving the goalposts.
And every time I see her, I'm like, "Oh, this is a cute girl." Somebody that's Victoria Monét. I'm like, "Damn, okay." But I've never said anything bad. I've always said she's beautiful.
I kind of get Jeffrey's point. Like,
okay, let's all walk it back before everybody on the show gets canceled. All right, let's get back to Beyonce. Okay, after Usher and his 45-year-old niece did things that defy physics, gravity, and age, and after the internet made peace with the fact,
a lot of gay men with 45-year-old knees that's defying gravity and age with their knees. I'm sorry, that was beside the point. Go ahead.
Jeffrey said the girls have Usher knees too. Okay, shout out to the gay community and their strong Teflon knees. It's called conditioning. After that happened, and then also the tremors of people freaking out, finding out that he had been dating that white presenting Latina who he's been with for the past 5 years. A lot of people, I knew. I thought everybody else knew. Apparently, they didn't know that he was with this woman.
I've known for like a year or two, not 5 years, but I've known for like a year or two he was dating.
It's been like since 2019. They have 2 children. You can't have 2 kids in a year.
Tell us people that thought he was still married to Tamika Foster.
He likes a mature faced woman. Okay. Look, I'm a woman of a certain age, and I'm banking on baby Usher's coming looking for me. So I'm not talking shit. I'm looking for my
Usher-faced woman.
A woman who looks like she's seen life and stared it down in the face. And
she looks like she could take a punch.
She looks. Oh wow, Lulu! Oh my God! Wow, Lulu.
She's not at me.
Wow. Okay, Lulu. Nobody said that. Have y'all noticed that Lulu's been quietly violent this episode? Wow. No, okay, again, the thoughts of Latasha Bradley are the thoughts of Latasha Bradley alone. What is going on? I thought I was going to be the problematic one this episode. Okay, so Usher likes an age-appropriate woman. Okay, so I know some of you are upset that she's not Black, and we can also give credit that he's not chasing young girls like Leonardo DiCaprio. That he likes an equal. You know what I mean? Like, you got to pick your battles, child. It's either going to be a child or a white woman. So at least he picked an adult. That's how I feel about it. And also, he dates a lot of Black women. So it's not like he's anti-us. He's just pro-everybody.
Yeah. You know who I would love to see Usher's girlfriend be potentially white? I actually would love to see them forever and go with me here.
Uh-oh.
No, I actually think that Usher and Lori Harvey would be a great combo.
Shit. She's young enough to be his daughter.
How old is Lori Harvey?
Like 25, and he's 45.
I thought she was like 27.
Okay, that's still at 19. He could have had a baby child.
I thought she was 30. Huh?
No, she's not 30. Honey.
I know she's not 30 exactly. Yeah, Luke, let us know how she is.
She's nowhere past her mid-30s because she was only 23 a couple years ago when she was in.
I would not look at them as being creepy.
She's 27.
No, I'm talking about his type. Yeah, but I'm talking about his type.
Oh, like, yeah. No. I get
he does not date anybody who's not either his age or older.
I would love it if by some crazy chance that was Usher's girl to be made wife. I think that would be great.
I like knowing I have a chance, so I'm not even gonna hold you. I like knowing an old bitch with new tricks might be able to pull Usher. I don't care if she white Latina, Black Latina. Oil come over, come holler. I'll take it. Shit.
See?
I'm telling y'all, my love for Usher runs deep. He gets extra grace. He's probably the reason my love life is fucked up because I keep on dating Libras just like him. This is a bias for you guys.
Because we still, I know we can jump into Beyonce. I'm sorry, it's still about Usher. There was a small period where we kind of like let Usher go. Like we weren't paying attention to Usher. Like I thought
he was sleeping. The man was tired. He was sleeping.
He's been putting out music. He's consistently been putting out music and doing things. And now since his residency, of course, we all about him. But it was a good couple of years period where Usher was consistently putting out music, good music. But we weren't like crazy about Usher.
Well, the thing is, when his son passed, there was a lull because he was mourning. So his son passed away. Him and his wife got a divorce. A lot of times a parent loses a child in a really tragic way. It can create a fracture in the relationship. She still has deep respect for him. All his exes still have deep respect for him. And speaking of exes, it's unfortunate, but you know, Chili, who's in love with Matthew Lawrence right now, had the perturbing decision to make of shouting out her boyfriend on his birthday. That just also happened to be Super Bowl Sunday, and they dragged her for filth. Like, you couldn't wait till tomorrow to tell this white nigga happy birthday.
His birthday ain't tomorrow.
Usher day, bitch.
But his birthday ain't she did it super early. She did it really early to get it out the way.
I looked it up. It was the actual birthday that she posted it. It was his actual birthday.
It was his actual birthday. So it's like, okay, if I was Matthew Lawrence, because you know the Lawrence brothers have always been also invited to the cookout. I believe they're unproblematic.
They haven't been caught being a Justin Timberlake, but they were Justin adjacent.
They were Justin adjacent, like
yes.
Joey, Matthew, and
the
Andy,
little one.
Andy,
yeah, the little baby one.
They've always just been they've been some cool white people. I would hang out with the Lawrence brothers. But it's that man's birthday. Honestly, I would have felt the way had Chili either posted it the day before or had she posted it the day after.
If Usher's doing Super Bowl, I think everybody understands why you're not getting a birthday shout out.
Fuck that. No, I'm sorry. As her man.
Oh, okay.
Lutasha and Blue Talusma, if your man, your partner, waited until the day after to happy birthday you on a social media platform.
He's fucking Beyonce and she's doing the Super Bowl, I completely understand. Okay.
He's not correct.
If my man had previously dated Beyonce and Beyonce was going to be levitating from the top of a stage, I would understand why we're going to talk about me tomorrow, actually. I would actually understand. Because Usher and Beyonce are neck and neck as far as fandom and complete fervor.
No,
so I'm not mad at her for doing it, but if I don't think he would mind. I think it was more for her. I think she was defiantly saying, "I've moved on. It's this nigga's birthday. I'm gonna wish him a happy birthday." I think it was more for her than for him.
I feel like she just minded her damn business, and she was like, "Today is my man's birthday, and I'm supposed." I know Usher is doing his thing too, but like. My life
I agree with you, but that lady a little mean, and mean bitches have long memories.
Here's the fucked up part in it all.
Why you say she mean?
She had a reality show when she was dating. She a little mean.
Oh yeah, I remember that show.
I can see why she took her a while to find a man. She a little mean.
Here's the fucked up part of it all is the coincidence of it all. Anytime in the how many years has it been since Confessions came out? 20 plus years, or is it 20 years exactly? I don't know. Mm-hmm. Somewhere around 20 years, anytime that song is played or heard, you automatically think Usher and Chili. We automatically think Usher and Chili. It is truly fucked up in the coincidence lane that the day this man is on the largest platform in the world, and you know when he sings Confession, we think about Chili.
The biggest night of his career.
Coincidentally, it is her man's birthday.
And he's not as fine or famous. And that's a thing. I'm sorry. That is a thing.
It's not even that. It's just she could have been dating anybody. She could have been dating... Give me somebody who is handsome.
No, if she was dating Idris, we'd be like, "Fuck yeah, bitch, you did that. You had Usher now, and you have Idris." Like, no.
But at the same time, it's almost this thing of her having to post on the day Usher's gonna be out there, and people still thinking like, "Oh, is she really over it? Oh, she doing that because it's gonna be a thing."
Yeah, I'm like,
she lost either way. It was like
her own business.
Yeah, she got to lose either way. And just for the day his birthday fell and the day the Super Bowl was, it was kind of lose for her. If I don't say something, y'all gonna be seeing me single because he gonna be mad because he gonna think I feel ways. And I do say something, y'all hate me and think I'm trying, whatever. So it was lose for her, but I'm glad she did.
I think because of the way Chili moved after the breakup, she painted herself as a pathetic character. As somebody who watched her 2 seasons of her dating reality show, saw the bitter, really perfectionistic, unkind way that she judges men. She's not a soft, supple, likable character. And so I honestly think if Chili had been someone who was fun and personable and likable, we would have been sympathetic to her. But like, you go, girl. I could actually see a version of Chili that was likable that we would have like, you know what, girl, you better put a little shout out to your little man. We happy you found somebody. But I think because she comes off so stern and unappealing when it comes to romance, a lot of people, when they watched it, were on her side and like, Usher's a dirty dick. Back then, we were all on her side. People saw the reality show. We're like, oh, I know why he cheated on you now. Ooh.
However,
and public sentiment
the stories
towards her, like, so even though Usher might have done her dirty X, Y, and Z, she did herself no favors when we saw that the real her wasn't very kind and lovely. And we're like, yeah, we can see why.
The stories that I hear from you ladies, Lutasha back when she was a single lady, the way that I hear that these Negroes are, I feel like Chili was justified in the way she treated the men on that show.
Being justified doesn't make you attractive.
Yeah, I think that sometimes a lot of, especially the older you get and the more crap that you put up, a lot of women do become bag ladies, and you have to actively not. Like, that's part of your own personal growth, and you
Yep.
do it for yourself. You don't do it like to even forgive the dudes. Like you do it just to keep yourself light. So like as Lou said, you can attract something, you know, that you want, that will make you happy. But if you walking around with all your bags of all the shit that happened to you in your life, you just gonna be miserable. That's how people die from heart attacks.
Heart attacks.
Oh shit! No, I mean, Lulu, you're right, because remember we talked about
It's
this
true.
earlier. No, it is true. It is true. Remember, we talked about what you call it, operating from a place of wetness. She was not operating from a place of wetness. She was operating from a place of dryness. Jeffrey, are you okay?
I love it when Jeff laughs like that.
Jeffrey, are you okay? I'm concerned.
It's Latasha. Stop picking violence today, Latasha. Be kind.
I mean, she did say the lady gonna die from a dry coochie, but I was trying to push past it, and Jeffrey couldn't. No, I honestly, I will say this. I don't want this to sound inflammatory. Watching Chili's reality show gave me a blueprint of how not to be aging and dating.
Damn.
Yeah, when I saw her,
I
was
need to
like,
watch
ooh.
it. What platform is on?
It was on VH1, I think 1 or 2 seasons.
Mm.
And it was one of those
like,
things
we can't help you, girl.
Yeah, she's like, ooh. She was like, ooh, you eat carbs, you gonna have a fat stomach next. Like, it was,
but look at her.
It was
Rosanda, as we can see, at 50, I think this year she's 54, 5, somewhere in there. Or maybe she might just turn 50. I'm sorry if I'm overaging her, but Rosanda still looks like, what about your friends?
No, she looks amazing, but it's ugly on the inside. Beyonce is a bad bitch, and she doesn't talk crazy to nobody about how they look. Being a bad bitch who talks crazy actually makes you look less of a bad bitch. I'm sorry, it does. Because like, wow, you're winning and you still can't show grace. You're
I just think it's a thing of being smarter. Beyonce thinks the same shit. She just knows she can't say it out loud, as opposed to like Chili.
But that's still compassion, though. Looking somebody in the face and breaking them down with cameras in front of them when they're trying to date you. Yeah.
Have you seen those clips of the balloon popping dating things?
No, what are you talking about?
Natasha, you know what I'm talking about.
Make sure you explain it for the audience, for those who don't know. Love.
There is this show. I think it might be based in New Jersey, or maybe the contestant that I watched was Jersey, but we have, it's in one of my other group chats where we be sending them. I've always seen, majority of the time, it's women lined up. It's a dating show, and you pop the balloon if you're not interested in the guy. So the host
look it up. What's it called?
I will send you the clip. The host will bring the guy out. Baby, the balloons start popping, and then they have to explain why. One girl, she was like, well, I don't know, because his watch don't work. Mama spotted that his watch don't work, and even though it was a nice brand watch, she was like, yeah, but it doesn't work.
That's Chili. That's Chili dating.
And
imagine her doing that for 2 seasons.
I have seen a reverse with one girl, where the girl came out and the guys, they were there. It's shady. It is funny, but I will say that is also one where you have to have a strong backbone, because these girls and guys, they be reading you down, and the host just be standing there.
Funny looking.
They all be funny looking. The host just be standing there with her mic,
they're intentionally casting funny looking people.
Not funny looking. I think one of the guys was definitely handsome, and the girl, she was cute. I mean, if people want to come at
Jeffrey, the girl I saw was not cute.
Jeffrey, you're a shallow person. If you have to think that hard, they're not attractive.
It's been so many clips. It's so many.
I will say, number one, look it up so you can shout it out to the audience, because they don't care about me sending you a link. You have to make sure that they can hear you with the name of the show.
I feel like they might know. Let's see.
Tell them the name. I will also, I will say this. Also, look up The Button, which is a show that's put on YouTube where 2 people sit across from each other, and it's a big red button. And the button, right? You can be talking for 20 minutes. The button lights up, and when it lights up, if you think somebody's ugly, you have to press the button for them to go away. One guy pressed the button recently. Jeffrey, wait for me to finish this before you land the plane. One person pushed the button recently, and when he pushed it, they said, "Why did you push the button on her?" And he said, "Because she's not attractive." Now I'm not attracted to her. She's not an attractive person. Why would you send her out here? And I was like, emotional damage. They're like, is it because of her wig? She's like, no, fuck the wig. She's ugly. So shows like, ain't got nothing to do with the bitch's wig. It's her face. And so I need you somebody show. And have you ever been dragged so effortlessly you gasped? She inhaled. She was like, and she just got up and left. She didn't say. She's like, nigga, you just told me my face has no redeeming qualities. What do I say to this?
That is so funny.
So the show is literally called Pop the Balloon or Find Love. If you go on YouTube, it's called Pop the Balloon.
Pop the Balloon.
Yeah.
So guys,
Pop the Balloon or Find Love. And then they have the guys version, which is called Based Off Vibes, Reject with Balloons. So it's
That's
two.
too much. That's too much. You should have just kept
I'm
the
gonna send
popping
you a
balloons.
clip. I'm gonna send you a clip. You are going to be you are going to
We have to pivot from Pop the Balloons because we have to get to Beyonce.
But if you type in Pop the
Okay.
Balloons, it'll come up. It'll come
People who were looking at the thing are not gonna give a fuck about this balloon, but thank you for talking about emotional damage reality shows. So Lulu is gonna watch Chili Looking for Love in all the wrong places. Jeffrey's gonna watch The Button, and I'm gonna watch Pop the Balloon.
Wait, what's The Button?
Oh, you missed out. I was trying to tell you the show called The Button, where you stand in front of somebody, and when the button lights up, if you think they're ugly, you press it so they can leave.
Oh.
But you're racing to see who presses the button first.
I could never be a dater on that show. I couldn't hurt anybody's feelings like that.
I could.
Oh, so you would just lie and keep on letting an ugly person talk to you?
I'm not signing up. So I'm not doing it. No. That's why I don't do dating. Like I've been asked to do at this point 3 different dating type reality shows. I refuse. Natasha, no. I'm too
I think you'd be great on a dating show if your homegirls were allowed to come with you.
Okay, yes.
If me and Lulu were allowed to come with you, you'd be
I would love that. That would be so fun.
I would do that. However, what the cameras would catch when the 3 of us are in our cohort talking.
That's the show.
Would be the best part, right?
That's the best part. Anybody care about the fucking niggas outside? In fact, you know what? I think on tour, we're gonna do if you don't have a boyfriend by then, which is probable the way you move, child, we're gonna be doing Jeffrey, you act like you don't want one. You could get one tomorrow if you really wanted one.
You do act like you don't want one.
You do be acting like it. But if Jeffrey is still single and there's nobody who would shank us for doing this, we're gonna do a date Jeffrey segment on the live show in October.
We should. That would be
and
so
Lulu,
fun.
you and I, without talking to him, secrets, we'll start scouting out who we want to be the bachelors.
I love
it.
I
feel like y'all gonna try to be funny. Ooh,
we actually want you. We want to come to your wedding.
I'm trying to help. Right.
We want you to have somebody, please.
Okay.
All right. So speaking of having somebody, Beyonce got everybody in a tizzy, because after the Super Bowl halftime show, where most of us were like, well, now we're just leaving the TV on while we go and get other snacks. And suddenly we heard the voice of Beyonce, and we thought it was just her song until we realized she was doing a Verizon commercial. In the commercial, she does this funny thing about how with Verizon, you can't Beyonce breaks the internet, but Verizon service is so impeccable, you can't break the internet even if you're Beyonce.
You can't break the 5G.
You can't break the 5G. This is not an ad, guys, but clearly we're good at doing ads. At the very fucking end, where I stopped listening, but the gays did not. She said, drop the music, right? That one sentence sent when I tell you, I literally heard the buzzing outside my window. Like, what's happening? I go on Twitter and everybody's like, what she say now? Somebody play that back. They're like, oh my God, people started freaking out. I said to myself, well, that's exciting, but no, maybe she's just playing with us. I said, guys, she likes to play with us, but let's keep an eye out for the next 24 hours. Fuck 24 hours, 16 seconds later, 2 fucking singles, a visualizer, a commercial, and a trailer all dropped. I don't know who's working on them buttons, but clearly it was timed, right? And we were all confirmed what we had been hearing for months that, well, I don't know people who live outside of LA, you should be hearing it for months, but those of us who live in LA and who have friends in the industry have been hearing for months that Beyonce's Part 2 was going to be a country album. So even though we knew, knowing and having her drop are 2 very different things, you know what I mean? So now the announcement comes, everybody's in a tizzy. I'm like, oh my God, this is so exciting. Now I have to figure out how to buy assless chaps that are still, flattering to my figure. And in the midst of all that, suddenly there becomes the haters. Beyonce is such a shady ass bitch. How dare you steal Usher's moment, ho? You couldn't have waited till next week. This is his moment. He just finished singing. And suddenly the conversation went from yay Beyonce to yay Beyonce and also bitch die. And that was so short-sighted to me because like we talked about earlier, I'm not sure if we were taping when we were talking about this before the show officially started. For those of you who do not know history, number one, I did a whole breakdown of this on a live that's going to be on YouTube the day before the show episode comes out. But for those who have not watched it, Beyonce and Usher met each other when she was 12 years old in a group called The Dolls. Frank Gaskin, I think his name is. He's a vocal coach.
Frank Gatson.
Gatson, there we go. I always get his name wrong because of all the T's and S's in the middle. He said to Usher, you're a teenager. These are little girls. Can you please watch them and look out for them? So he literally was babysitting her when she was 12 and he was about 15, 16. She was a little sister to him, and he told Frank, and he said this in interviews recently. I told Frank there's something special about that one, and when I ended up being right, I was so proud of her. They have such a loving relationship where they refer to each other as brother and sister. Lulu, you talk about your family, how much you love them all the time. If you were dating a rich nigga who had the ear of the NFL, and you were able to put your brother on the night that you were about to do some fly shit anyways, does that make you a shady bitch?
No, I don't think it was shady at all. Like I feel like everybody is always trying to make everything a competition. Like
Exactly.
it was a big moment for Usher and all she knew all these people who are Usher fans who are most likely also Beyonce fans were going to be watching this. So after he does his amazing show, I can also plug my single. And even not to mention Beyonce don't really need publicity. She could have done it on a random Tuesday night, and it still would have been like went
And
fucking
she did.
crazy.
She
So
has
it's
in the
just like
past.
she's done it before. So I'm like, I don't think it was like a competition thing or yeah, I'm about to show up. Usher, she was like, hey, you know what? Taylor Swift got a lot of publicity. How about we blacken this NFL thing up a little bit? How about that? Why don't we think about
I love
that?
that you
Why don't
mentioned
you
that
think
about the
about
Taylor Swift of it all, because Taylor Swift got as much publicity for not doing shit but sitting in the stand.
I
yeah? So I'm
think
like, why can't it be a competition against Taylor Swift?
Oh, okay, Lulu. Okay, Jeffrey, what's wrong with Lulu? She's been vibing. Oh, wait a minute, Lulu.
no,
I thought you
I
were
mean,
choosing peace.
I definitely thought it was a reach. That whole Beyonce versus Usher thing, I thought it was a reach.
Yeah.
I had a small piece of disappointment in the Beyonce of it all, because at the end of the commercial where she's like, drop the music, I actually think the completed album and everything should have been, bam, dropped. I think that would have been better, because then to do that, it didn't even immediately hit online when I think they wanted to time it for when the commercial ends. It didn't even immediately hit online like that. And then she had the links in her bio or whatever. You had the links. The Spotify links were not working. The song was not uploaded on the Spotify, but she had it there like we was gonna be able to listen to it. And now you gotta wait till the end of March to get I'm assuming the whole album, because it says 329. 329 might be a video, 329 might be something else. I'm gonna assume
That's called anticipation. She's probably gonna make more money because she's making us wait, child.
oh, Beyonce gonna
Yeah.
continue to make money, own money, own money, own money. But also the country thing, I feel like in certain circles, the gays, that has been something that has been kind of whispered about coming since Daddy's Lessons, which was
That's what
Dangerously in
spawned
Love. I
this, was the
mean,
fact that they
not
wouldn't
Dangerously in Love,
acknowledge
but
daddy's issues or whatever. They wouldn't acknowledge that as a country song.
yeah.
Around the same time that they wouldn't acknowledge
I think that was
Lil Nas
Lemonade.
X.
Was it Lemonade?
Yeah, it was Lemonade, and also right afterwards, Lil Nas X had the same issue, and there was a lot of conversations from the 3 or 4 country artists who are even recognizable, who were saying we've been fighting this for a while. And honestly, the thing that I talked about in the video breakdown about this was, I don't think people fully understand what's happening if you pan out. Fuck Usher versus Beyonce and pitting her against her brother in arms. That's stupid. The real conversation that I think is much more powerful to have is when Taylor Swift had that moment with Kanye. That was the exact moment she became America's sweetheart. Because Americans seeing a drunk nigga off his meds get on the stage like King Kong and manhandle in their eyes this white princess of country music while defending a black woman. So not only are you talking bad about a white girl, you're doing it for a black bitch. This country is not built for black men to openly defend us in that way. The last time it happened was Will Smith, right? Anytime that happens where we're being defended by our men, it's already off-putting. If it's all black people, it's 10 times more unforgivable if it's in deference to or making fun of a white woman, right? That moment was a very pivotal moment because even though Kanye was the one showing his ass, we immediately knew Beyonce was going to be the one paying for it the same way Jada's the one who paid for Will's actions, right? So she became America's sweetheart. And it also became a moment where I think a lot of folks, when they have to choose for the Academy between Taylor and Beyonce, immediately found themselves harboring bias and said, well, Beyonce wins so much, we'll make sure that at least Taylor always gets Album of the Year. It did create a spark of something nasty. When a Texas fried girl, who's covered in Texas Pete. Like Beyonce could not be any more fucking country. No matter how rich she gets, that bitch is country and she's proud of it, right? When she came out with that one country song about the pain of how she watched her father treat her mother, and it created how she allowed herself to be treated by men herself, which is a classic country music archetype. Like that's a classic theme in country music. So this girl is getting back to her roots, paying homage to her pain while singing a song that is actually steeped in where she's from. And the Academy would not acknowledge it as country music. I think that started a spark in her. She was like, look at this. Black music and American music are synonymous. All American music started off as Black music. Y'all took dance from us, even though the gays started it in the pier, Paris is Burning, the House of Ninja. Y'all took it from the gays and gave it to Madonna and called it Vogue, right? You took dance from us. You took country.
But Madonna always, I will say to that, Madonna, she even in the video, Madonna always had Willie Ninja front and
center.
She
had Willie Ninja, but she didn't acknowledge the movement that created it. She had him as a contributor, not as an architect. And there's a big difference in that. So we talked about how she plucked one token, which is a lot of white people did back in the day. They plucked one token from the authentic without crediting the actual source. She later apologized and acknowledged the source, but didn't nobody in the 80s and 90s know that Willie Ninja wasn't just helping out? This was actually his shit. They thought he was just helping her. They didn't know it was his shit. So taking my shit and then letting me help you take my shit, kind of problematic. So they took all this shit in the Black gays when it comes to the house music that still stays in New Jersey, still stays in DC. They took country music from us way before that, to the point where whenever somebody hears America, they think of cowboys and country music and whiteness. They don't think of niggas when they think of country music, even though it's our fucking shit, because the fucking slaves, enslaved Africans who built this country, they were doing this music as a way to like work through their pain. You took the music of our pain and you gave it to our oppressors. That's country music. Then they took rock and roll, right? Because when the Rolling Stones, the lead man of the Rolling Stones, talks about where he gets his stuff from, guess who he admitted he stole all his moves from? Tina fucking Turner. Ike and Tina were a rock and roll band. So there's 3 genres of music that are now considered white that were our shit that you didn't just take from us. We're now excluded from our own shit. So for the fact that Beyonce said, I'm going to take the 3 forms of music, fuck that one song. I'm going to take the 3 types of music that y'all stole from my people and give it back. I'm going to spoon feed our music back to us. That shit is fucking brilliant. It's bigger than country if you like country or not. It's bigger than if you like rock and roll or not. It's bigger than if you like house music and dance music or not. She's literally said, y'all want to play in my face? I'm going to burn this shit down while I'm in it. And I think there's something brilliant in that the audience is missing because they're so busy falling for the Beyonce versus Taylor, who was better antics. They're not the same. Beyonce and Taylor are doing 2 completely fucking different things. What do you guys think about that?
Very different things.
Very different.
Taylor is like not even in Beyonce's stratosphere as far as I'm concerned. Like it's I mean, she's not. Like it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous to even compare them. Like it's dumb. But I agree with, there is definitely a bigger picture, and I feel like Beyonce is always so calculated and smart. I don't know who's in her corner, if she's doing this herself. I don't know, but she's always, I love that also whenever she has like a super large platform where she knows it's gonna be a lot of white people looking, she be doing the blackest stuff. And like she can't even wait. She's chomping at
it's
the
not
bit.
even black as nigga shit. She be doing nigga shit.
She be doing nigga shit. And I love that for her. I love her Houston ass being like, oh, so y'all don't want to give me Alvin a year? Y'all want to give it to this basic country bitch? Well, guess what? I can do country too. Now what? Who gonna check me?
And now we all have to figure out how to do a hold down and a line dance. We're gonna take classes.
But you know what the funny part is? I don't think that Beyonce is going to do full-on Renaissance tour with the country of it all. Because that Renaissance was a lot. I'm like, Beyonce, do you even want to perform that all over again? Like, that
I was tired watching it.
I was tired watching. I'm like, girl, I know you want to nap. So I think she'll do some performances and, have spot dates and things like that. But a full country, like, tour situation, like Renaissance, I don't think that she's going to do that again. If she does, hey, surprise. But
surprise.
Right. It's some songs that aren't necessarily even considered country by Beyonce. Like I love Jealous from the self-titled album. And I feel like that could easily have been made.
Absolutely.
Like Jealous is one of the best songs she's done.
That's a brilliant point. Jealous definitely has country roots. Definitely.
I just wonder now, is she doing it to what you said, to your point, Blue, like to show y'all, like I'm taking back the music. I'm showing y'all we've been doing this. Or I'm wondering, is she doing it because it's like, okay, y'all want to keep playing in my face, not giving me album of the year. Let me try this way. And like, is she trying to do it for the awards of it, the accolades of it?
Yeah, I don't think she's doing it for the awards.
Versus just self-fulfillment and, audience, showing you guys my artistry.
I think she's doing it to say fuck you to the people who are playing in her face while not acknowledging that everything that they're keeping her out of, they took from us.
Yeah. One thing I realized I hate, because we obviously have to bring her up talking about the Super Bowl. I think I have kind of learned to realize I hate the Taylor Swift machine more than I dislike Taylor Swift. Because Taylor, I truly don't believe is smart enough to concoct this whole, I'm going to date Travis Kelce. I'm going to do this for Almadir. I'm going to do this for this. I'm going to do this, this, and that. I think it is her team. It is the PR of it. They're all putting this together probably. Taylor's just along for the ride. Taylor is like, y'all said.
Yeah, I think white supremacy always makes us think the white woman's not smart enough to be behind the dash.
Let me get it. Don't get me wrong. Because she is a white woman, it's definitely going to be easy for her to, streamline it through. But like a lot of football fans specifically, and Latasha, you can probably speak to this more. A lot of football fans, the whole season, it was just, I'm tired of seeing Taylor Swift on the camera. I'm tired of seeing Taylor Swift. I do not believe that Taylor Swift is smart enough. And she's probably a very bright girl. I don't believe she's smart enough to concoct this plan. Oh, I'm going to get the NFL, this, and that. Taylor is just sitting here, and her PR people and the NFL PR people are like, y'all, let's put this out there to get, more eyes, which means more money, which means more revenue, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, I'm like, here go the mediocre white girl. But the way people, and I'm not saying y'all too, the way people have disseminated and hate Taylor Swift, I'm like, y'all giving her more credit than she's even smart to have. Because again, my only fighting thing for Taylor that I'd say I do like about this young girl is that she is telling her fans, get out there and vote. This year, this 2024 is very fucking important. And I've been standing on that all year, like, get out and vote. So I appreciate her for that.
There's a book that I would love you to read, Jeffrey, about from a Black scholar about how white women were actually the most dangerous people in the slave times because of that sentiment.
Hell yeah!
Because they tend to.
I know the story of Emmett Till.
Yeah, they actually believe they can literally be the mastermind, and like the usual suspects, those who watch that Kevin Spacey movie, like Kaiser Sose plays someone who's supposed to be mentally disabled, but he's actually the mastermind. They are often the masterminds, and then they play stupid. And so we walk around thinking it can't be them, it's their machine. I think Taylor Swift and Beyonce are equally brilliant. One is just white and can play damsel. While if Beyonce does something nice, we immediately think she's still a mastermind. I actually think she's a really smart woman because the people who I've talked to in the industry, a lot of the moves she's made are Beyonce level strategic, and it's not anybody in her team, it's her very specifically. I think a 34-year-old woman who's still acting like a 12-year-old, oh my God, I won an award. That's an act. It's a fucking act.
Yeah.
And the same way that Paris Hilton showed us her new voice when she turned 40. Paris Hilton has sounded like a dude.
Paris Hilton. Paris
Hilton has been playing stupid for 25 years. That bitch is brilliant. I think Taylor Swift is the new age Paris Hilton who's playing dumb because she knows y'all gonna think what you just said. I think she actually, it was her idea. In fact, when Kanye, because we know Broken Clock is the right place today, he was like, all these white bitches are playing in y'all faces. Taylor Swift is actually a snake. Here's the video of her actually showing that she's a snake and she set me up. And we heard the video and took his side. And for a year, Taylor Swift was actually held accountable for being a strategic mastermind until what happened, guys? She cried and made a video said, it's me, I'm the problem, it's me. And we all fucking forgot it was her.
What did she say in the video that he shared?
Kanye called her with Kim recording because Kim is a white bitch who knows other white bitches. So you know your own kind. You're like, I know how we get down, bitch. I know you're gonna lie to this man because he's black and has a mental disorder. It's easy to make him look like the bad guy. A ploy that I'll use later when we get divorced. That's another conversation. So while Kanye's being a naive nigga on the phone with Taylor trying to say, oh my God, Taylor, I want your approval because we know Kanye loves white validation. Kim hit record. In the video, Kanye's saying, hey, Taylor, I'm doing this song and I'm going to use this lyric about you, X, Y, and Z. Are you okay with that? She's like, oh my God, absolutely cool. No problem whatsoever. No problem. And in the video, you can see he's relieved. He's apologetic. She's like, yeah, it's no fucking big deal. The song comes out, Taylor goes to the press. I can't believe this man Dingo would ever mention my name, and starts crying, and he gets dragged through the media.
Not Dingo.
But that's the whistleblowing, though. I can't believe this black ape who already attacked me on stage is coming at me again. Why won't he leave me alone? I feel so blindsided. And if it was just Kanye versus Taylor, once again, she would have gotten away with it. What she didn't realize was she's white, but so is his fucking wife. And Kim said, nah, bitch, and hit send on the video. And when the video went out, TMZ was like, Taylor Swift, first of all, her voice sounds different when she's not pretending to be a 12-year-old. And in the video, Kanye sounds innocent and is trying to make things right. And she totally told him it was okay. Why is she lying and saying now that he blindsided her and was doing something without her consent? And she feels so attacked. And when the audience was like, oh shit, Taylor's been lying to us this entire time and playing victim, Karen shit, for literally over a year, Taylor Swift's career hit pause. Until she said, I'm gonna pull a Nicki Minaj and said, yeah, I'm the bad guy. And she came out and said, it's me, I'm the problem, it's me. We all know that song now. And that song is not, It's a song called "It's Me, I'm the Problem, It's Me," where
I've never heard that.
Google it because you're the only person in the world. It's played all through Target, child. It plays when you go grocery shopping. It's played at 10
All I know, I promise you from Taylor Swift, all I know is Shake It Off. That's the only thing that ever caught me.
It's Me, I'm the Problem, It's Me is the new Shake It Off, is what I'm telling you.
I'm gonna listen to it after this.
And so she made a song where she took a page out of Nicki Minaj's book, like, I got caught, so I can't lie. So I'm just going to sit in the fact that, yeah, I'm the problem, tongue in cheek, wink, wink. And the song again was catchy. They're like, Taylor, oh my God, you are a snake. I had so much fun. Now we're all snakes. And literally, something that would have ended a Black person's career ended up being a blip in hers. And now we're back to thinking that she's innocent again.
Yeah, I never thought she's innocent. And I know 100% that you cannot trust white women from when I used to play club volleyball with them in high school. Like,
they used to call you Natasha.
Jeffrey, do you see how Lulu goes straight to the violence? I'm trying to. She's like, no, you just can't. You
can't. No, you really can't. Like, and I completely when Jeff was saying his whole speech about how I don't think she's smart enough, I was like, those are exactly the ones that you got to watch out. The ones who are pretending, the ones who are smiling in your face, talking in a baby voice. Like, she's doing all that. She's the one who like make friends with the slaves and tell master, oh yeah, she was in here stealing.
You're
saw
34,
her. Blah, blah, blah.
acting like a 12-year-old at every word. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna flag surf. Oh my God, oh my God, I won. Fuck you, Celine Dion. Oh my God, I won.
She's awful. Like, I know. Like, she's definitely a mastermind, and she's a grown woman. Like, even down to her trying to befriend Ice Spice. Like, all of this is a part of the ploy. Like, she's trying to make friends with Black people, and I just don't believe this relationship with Travis because he likes Black women.
And the only thing with that for Travis and for Taylor, it comes to a certain point where I'm just like, at this point, it seems like it's about a bag. I'm not mad at nobody trying. Let's fake to be together to get a coin. If that's the little at least that she did, I'm not mad at her for that.
I'm not mad at him for it either. Like, I'm not mad at him because he's like, hey, this is going. He's got way more endorsements. He gets way more camera time. It's elevating his brand. Like, they're gonna break up eventually. He's not gonna be with that woman. But like, for the meantime, in between time, I'm not really mad at him for doing whatever he has to do for a career, whatever. I don't care. But Taylor is a snake for sure. Like,
and she now embraces that because she got caught that one time by Kim Kardashian. Yeah. So the one thing that we could have like used, that's the thing about whiteness, and this is the thing I love about our white listeners and viewers. There's not a single white woman I've ever met and befriended who, if she respected me and was honest, wouldn't agree with what we're saying.
Yeah.
All the white women that I call friends have said, Blue, I completely recognize that all it would take is for me to start bursting into tears and you'd be the bad guy. They understand that. So we're not saying anything revolutionary.
That's why I stay away from them.
Oh shit. Well, y'all getting problematic. But I'm saying, like, I have so many white women in my life who actually fuck with me and respect me. They keep it a buck. They call out their play cousins when they do the same thing. And the thing that I thought was brilliant was the last time Taylor got caught slipping, she lost like a year or so of her life, right? And she had to go undercover and disappear and figure out a way to like pull a Nicki Minaj is what I call it. When you're that much of a bad guy and you've been caught that nakedly, you can't even do anything but just admit it and like push forward, right? Mm-hmm. And then she starts dating a Nazi. And when she starts dating a Nazi, there becomes these murmurs on Twitter, on TikTok with the younger kids. Oh my God, the guy that Taylor's dating, and she's known him for years, has been saying racist shit for a while. I even posted about it briefly and took it down because I didn't care enough. But he's a guy who literally said, when I'm bored, I watch rape porn of Black women. He literally went on a podcast boasting about how his homegirl went to a party and she left the party and came back in and didn't realize that he was jerking off and caught him jerking off to a porn video. And he names a porn site that only plays videos of rape fantasies against Black women. So Taylor Swift, before Travis Kelce, was dating a man who watches Black women getting raped for sexual arousal. And when that went viral for about 2 seconds, she clipped him and is suddenly dating Travis Kelce, a nigga with a fade.
Yeah.
A light-skinned white man, basically, right? So I don't think it's a coincidence that just when you dating a Nazi got you in trouble, suddenly you want a wigger. And now you're at the Super Bowl with Ice Spice. Jeffrey, do you think that's a coincidence? Do you think that she went from going to a Nazi to a John B?
So the funny part is, this is my first, because again, Taylor Swift is just not in my, there's so many other white girls that came into my orbit, you know, the Britney Spears, the Christina Aguilera, the fucking Carrie Underwood.
Tell me you over 35 without telling me you over 35. He's naming everybody from TRL.
Taylor Swift is not in my other, the only time I see Taylor Swift is at the Grammys when she wins Album of the Year every fucking time. And in the dentist office, when I hear "Shake It Off," because that's what I recognize, and this football season, seeing her in the clips and everything from the games, Taylor Swift is so not in my orbit that all of this is brand new information to me. And again, because I watch the news and everything, and I just see the way that I hate the way the conservative side is just the white folks is tearing her to shreds because she's telling them fuck Donald Trump, vote. That is the only reason why Taylor Swift is in my zeitgeist. And so now all of this is like, oh, brand new information. I just want her to get people to vote. I'm not voting for her, but I just want her to get people to vote in the presidential election.
Yeah. But you know what I like about Jeffrey's point of view because Jeffrey represents the majority. Like Lulu, you're really informed on sports and the NFL, so you know stuff about the NFL and granular shit that me and Jeffrey don't know. I literally pay my rent by talking about pop culture and politics, so I have to know this shit if I want to keep my lights on. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I have an incentive, guys, right? It's not for fun. But I think most people especially most Black people, traverse the landscape like a Jeffrey. And that's why Taylor Swift is so dangerous in my eyes, because she's the perfect archetype of the white liberal woman who's low-key problematic and a snake, but because she's a white liberal and is voting Democrat, we suddenly think she's okay.
I ain't say she was okay.
No. But I'm saying that your point about how much you are moved by her politics is literally what white liberal racists, how they move. Like they're problematic in real life, but because they vote with us, we suddenly feel like endeared to them. And they're doing all this other shit that's also problematic, but because their politics at least are not going to hang us by a noose, we feel a kinship to them. And I always say that white liberals, to me, who do not check their racism, are actually more dangerous than the MAGA folks. We see the MAGA folks coming. We see them coming, so we know how to clock them. Taylor, unless you have two friends who've been in the weeds checking out receipts, you'd invite her to dinner not knowing she on some fuck shit.
I never said I was inviting her to the cookout of my house for brunch. I told you I stay
away from
me and
Lulu can't even get a fucking invite at this point, Jeffrey.
I just said I stay away from the white women. Again, the zeitgeist of what this 2024 election means to this country, I only appreciate the fact that she is telling people, and again, she's not stepping out there saying, fuck Donald Trump, but she is telling people to vote because women's rights are being taken away, X, Y, and Z. And again, I do think she's very much victim, all the stuff that a white woman is allowed to be.
Yep.
I think that she is that, and that sucks because there are so many, I'm trying to choose my words. I think that she plays victim very well.
Oh, she's great at it. She's 34, acting like she's 12. She's a professional child. She acts like a teenager, even though she's literally closer to her 40s than her 30s at some point. And
I don't want to be her friend. She ain't invited. I'm not going to even post like, oh, thank you, Taylor. But in the grand scheme of it, seeing how I've seen in the Republican Party, and Republican correspondents rip her to fucking shreds because she had the nerve to say, yo, this dude, Donald Trump ain't right, or, women's rights and things like that. I just appreciate her telling her audience, this big ass audience of other whites or whatever she got, go to the polls, y'all. Just go to the polls.
She's the typical white liberal feminist who's problematic. Yeah. I mean, that's literally the playbook. Like when you watch that Insecure, remember when Issa's character was working at that nonprofit with the problematic white liberals? It's called, I think it was called We Got You or something.
Yeah.
And her boss was like a Taylor Swift, like, look, I voted for Obama twice. Yay. Yeah. Whole time racial microaggressions left and fucking right. Yeah. But I voted for Obama. So what you're describing is literally the white liberal feminist Karen playbook. Note for note. And I can't wait till we get to a point where not wanting to lynch us is not something that we clap for. That's really what it is. The Republicans want to lynch us and the Democrats just want to rob us. And I'd rather get robbed than lynched. So thank you for not being with the lynchers. That bar is so fucking low. Thanks for not trying to kill me. At least you're not trying to kill me. I'll just be broke, but at least you won't kill me.
Yeah.
Like that bar is so low and it's all we have, right? The reason why people feel the way Jeffrey feels is because it's all he's being presented with. If you have somebody who's saying like a fucking sexy red who's like, well, Donald Trump signed me an $1,800 check, so Jesus I'm MAGA all day. Or Taylor Swift, who used to date a Nazi, but you didn't know about it, but at least she's saying fuck Donald Trump or implying it. Of course you're going to have a warm feeling for Taylor Swift. You're supposed to.
It ain't warm. It ain't even warm for me.
Yes, I'm trying to make you nicer. Let me. Don't take away the niceness, nigga. I'm trying to help you here.
Taylor Swift applauding Taylor Swift, it's literally like our presidential candidates. You got Donald Trump and Joe Biden. We don't want either one of y'all.
One has dementia, the other one's the devil.
I could deal with the dementia because there's people around him that will make sure he ain't doing stupid shit, and whatever he forgot, they can remind him, versus the one who's only going to put people around him that are like, yeah, blow it up.
Blow up Harlem.
Right.
Fuck Compton.
What, right.
Yeah, it's you know what I think is so interesting about this episode in particular is that we're basically illustrating how celebrities are a blood pressure test or a litmus test of what's happening in society. What's happening between the Taylor versus Beyonce beef is what happens to every Black woman who has to be excellent while she's fighting with somebody who gets to be mediocre. And the mediocre girl is either tying her or passing her, right? I never quote him very often, but the one person who I think
Tyler Perry.
Huh? Who?
Said Tyler Perry.
No, Tyler Perry, I would love to work for you. I'll send you my routing number. I would love to do anything for your production because Mama has to get us in the studio. No, the one person who I think, and maybe this is because he has Virgo in his chart or because he's just been around a lot of women who make excuses. Joe Budden has surprisingly been, I know I cannot believe I'm about to say this. He's surprisingly been one of the
He was actually number 3 that I would have guessed, but I believe you're not quoting him. Go ahead.
Yeah. if you see me make this speech, I'm either going to quote Joe Budden or 50 Cent, or who else is problematic but is right twice a day like a broken clock, or Steve Harvey. The three of them.
Cat Williams.
No, Cat Williams. I would quote that nigga all day long. I will quote. We'll do a whole Cat Williams fucking episode. A guy that I started talking to, like, he's really sweet, and I was thinking he was a really nice guy. And then when the Cat Williams thing came out, he was like, "You know, this is you at 60, right?" I was like, "Oh, I thought you were supposed to be nice." He's like, "No, when you're 60, I feel like you're gonna give the last fuck and you're gonna turn into Cat Williams." And I was like, "Oh my God, I don't think you're wrong though." Like, I think Cat Williams is someone who is a masterful storyteller. He exaggerates for dramatic effect, but I actually think he's really good about receipts. And he also plays the long game. He's very smart, right? But the thing about Joe Budden's assessment of Beyonce versus Taylor Swift, because a lot of the men on his show are men who either date white women or have a soft spot for them and don't want to admit it. Joe said, nah, fuck that. Because what's happening with Taylor versus Beyonce is Taylor and Beyonce are both stranded on an island. They send a helicopter to pick up Taylor and airlift her out of there while expecting Beyonce to swim to the shore and then applaud both of them for getting there. It's not the fucking same. And I was like, that's exactly the point. They both got there, but the route there was very goddamn different, and it took a whole lot more for Beyonce to get there.
Very much.
Yeah.
She's a white woman.
And so people are like, well, Taylor can do this and Taylor can do that. She's a white woman. Of course she can do that. What do you say, Lulu?
And they just escorted her into the Grammys while Beyonce had to claw, take voice lessons, dance, drop down from the ceiling, do backflips, like
fall down them stairs in Orlando.
Baby weight, fall down some stairs, like singing different languages, like. And Taylor is just over here singing.
Beyonce has done a song in Spanish.
I'm the problem. It's me. That's all it takes.
Yeah.
That's all
My
it
niece
takes.
could have wrote that song. My niece could have sung it too.
Let me tell you.
She's 7.
Her lyrics are.
I mean, but now if y'all's spirits, essence, aura, whatever you want to call this, because that's ultimately what it was. The dice was thrown and they was rolled into a white body. Would you not take advantage of all this privilege?
Of course.
It's certain parts of me.
No, we have privilege now. We take advantage of privilege now. Everybody has some conditional.
Oh yeah,
privilege.
but that white privilege is a little bit different.
But here's the thing, though. I would not be a snake. So we're not talking about her privilege. We're talking about the way that she is playing into an archetype that she could have dismantled. Because guess who else has privilege but doesn't move like that? Fucking Adele. Adele got on stage and said, "Why y'all give me Beyonce's award?" And Adele actually has a better voice and better lyrics.
Yeah.
So a superior white.
Music. Right, I know all Adele's music.
Right, a superior white woman, if we're gonna really go there, who actually has more substance and could have said, "Fuck you, Beyonce, this is my award." The white bitch who could have said nothing actually said something. So no, I'm not gonna fuck the privilege. It's how you wield it. Because I would love to be a white man. I'd be like, yeah, it's popping. What y'all need?
Yeah, yeah.
The privilege is not the issue. It's you throwing rocks and then hiding your fucking hand. And now you're dating John B 3.0, trying to make us feel like that you're one of us, hanging out with Ice Spice. No, I'm sorry. It's white feminism when it's unchecked looks like this.
Who gonna check her, boo?
Well,
and that's the thing, like you when
Beyonce
started
the
getting
CMA
all of our
Awards.
civil,
Okay. They
we
is
were
not
all
inviting
getting-
Beyonce to them CM. We gonna have to.
We are bum
N-
rushing the CMA
NAA
Awards.
The NAACP Image Awards, the Soul Train Awards is finna open up that country category, and we giving all the awards to Beyonce. Take them.
I
Didn't
want
they
us
get
to
pissed at
bum
her
rush
when
the
she like
CMAs.
performed with the Dixie Chicks or something like that? She like
She sure the
performed with
fuck
them
did.
and they
Them
were
white
like
people
they were
hate.
like up in arms.
White people don't like the Dixie Chicks because of that.
The Dixie Chicks are actually light skinned. The Dixie Chicks are actually
They're a little
who Taylor
problematic for
pretends
white
to
people.
be. Yeah, they're who Taylor pretends to be. Like they'll flip a table at Thanksgiving.
Them Dixie Chicks.
They will.
Yeah,
They sure will.
They're like,
sure
fuck
will.
you, Grandpa. You a goddamn racist.
Yeah.
And a pedophile.
Right? Fuck you too, Grandma. You heard him when he was doing it.
Yeah.
Like, no, the Dixie Chicks are light skinned.
Yeah.
It's so funny. The Dixie Chicks are who Travis and Taylor as a couple pretend to be.
Oh my God, Blue. I'm sorry. I just had the most random thought, and it's probably 2 weeks too late. I have been meaning to tell you that every time now I see one of our favorite studs with backpacks.
Ooh, Raven
Do you
Simone.
know, what song pops into my head?
Backpack.
No, Tracy Chapman Fast Car. Because she
the mother of all studs. We love you, Tracy.
No, so I have been a fan of Fast Car before I even understood. I just always thought just
melodically.
Melodically though, it's just soft and it's easy.
It's a beautiful song. It's depressing. That car is driving away from that man.
I knew it was a black woman. So when the Grammys just happened in the white boy, because he's redone it. I can't think of his name. The white boy has redone it. So now
I call him Luke James. What's his real name? It's not Luke James.
No, I know who Luke James is. Luke James was on
I know.
The Voice. But all the white people, they're like, oh my God, this song is amazing, forgetting that it's actually a remake. And he's given Tracy all the respect and everything due to it. So I love that.
So beautiful how he's done that.
Had her on stage. But then I Googled, because I realized all I know is the just like certain words of it. So I Googled, I said, what is the meaning of Fast Car? Do you know the first thing that popped up? It says Fast Car, the lesbian anthem by Tracy Chapman.
Wow. Okay. No, it's Luke Combs.
Luke Combs. Okay. So then I had to Google because I'm like, I can't trust this. So Fast Car is actually just talking about a girl who just wants to get away from the life that she's currently in because, she just wants better. She wants more.
He got a fast car.
The lesbian audience that dubbed that the lesbian anthem. So now every time I see a stud with a backpack, Fast Car just goes into my brain.
You got a fast car. Fast. Jeffrey, we need to find somebody to do a Fast Car / backpack remix.
Oh my God.
Pride Month's about to be lit on this pod. We have to find money to be in the studio all Pride Month.
Oh my God.
We're gonna have all the gays just drop in from the ceiling.
And they will. In they country apparel. Thank you, Beyonce.
And their assless chaps. You know the boys been waiting for a reason to wear assless chaps, honey. Some of them already have it. Like Beyonce say less.
Already have it.
I love black, and I love being black because immediately though when Beyonce dropped the country announcement, the way the memes.
Oh, honey, the videos.
Within
memes, videos,
0.002 seconds, the memes pop up of niggas being like, this how I'm showing up. Like this how I'm showing up.
Stripper kick dances to 16 carriages. Like, hey,
my
16.
favorite
It's a sad song.
My favorite one was this meme, and I had sent it to one of my other group chats of Mary J. Blige during the dancery area, but she got on the country hat,
pink hat,
and she down there, and someone like, this how I'm showing up.
I saw that one. I love that.
I love black people. I
think black people going back to their country roots and taking back the one place that MAGA thought we couldn't touch during an election year is fucking brilliant. And if y'all don't understand that Beyonce needs her strategy flowers, fuck the music. A bitch from Texas is taking back country music during an election where we're going to be fighting with a bunch of country bumpkins and Confederate flags.
Yeah.
Think about that, y'all. There's so many fucking layers to this plan that's been in the works since Trump was actually actively president.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You ain't got like a single fucking Beyonce song to just give this bitch her flowers on that alone. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it's fucking brilliant.
They was like, I call a Dolly Parton collab. I think Beyonce,
Jolene,
her mastery and her brilliancy. I think that this country album, I think she consulted with only the best of country.
Dolly already knew about this before we did.
With Dolly Parton, maybe even Reba, because we know Reba is,
Reba was just like Mary J. Blige on social media the other day. You seen her in her fur blue jacket and her boots with the fur. she actually put the caption "boots with the fur," and she looked like Mary J. Blige.
Did you see Reba do the national anthem? I watched all the pre-show. I saw Audra Day do the Black National Anthem.
Yeah.
Beautiful job. I saw Post Malone do America the Beautiful, which surprisingly I wasn't mad at. I was like,
he has a beautiful voice when he's not looking dirty.
He looked dirty, but it was a great great
he looked like he
performance.
smelled.
And then Reba, she did the national anthem. Now, she didn't do no backflips, no cartwheels. She sang it straight through. She did it the way Reba was supposed to do it. It was fine. It's not going in the top 10, but it wasn't like, ooh, girl, why did you sing it? But I was like, you know what? Reba is, I feel like when I say this, some shit gonna pop up. But Reba, I believe, is an unproblematic white person.
She's a white Patti LaBelle in mine. She's like a white auntie.
Yes, I feel like now I don't know if she falls into the how you say, these liberal white women are the most dangerous because she is unproblematic. Do we not know that Reba is really, the fucking problem? But I was just like, look at Reba up there. I bet Beyonce probably collabed with her.
No, there's a list of country whites because here's the thing: the South is black as fuck. It's also racist as fuck, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so there's this weird juxtaposition of shit is extra black and also extra Confederate at the same time. It's very weird. It's a very weird mix. Yeah. I think Reba is a white auntie that we claim with no problem. Her boots with the fur. I think up until we found out that she loved Donald Trump and needs to go back to fucking Canada, we used to love Shania Twain. We used to love her.
Shania Twain, dude.
We used to love her, but until she started opening her mouth and realized that she's a Karen. So Shania Twain, Karen, so that Taylor Swift could Travis Kelce, right? So Shania Twain is Taylor Swift 1.0. So up until then, we used to love her. And I think there's a couple more. Dolly Parton literally already did this with Whitney Houston when I Will Already Love You. Dolly Parton literally when I Will Always Love You was sending her royalties, she took that bag and put it back into Black communities and helped them with housing. I had to write an article about it several years ago. She let a Black woman redo her song, made it a bigger hit than she made it, and the money she made, she gave it back to the Black community. Dolly Parton, to me, is light-skinned. She is at the cookout already grilling somebody's uncle. I'm sorry, right? And she's Miley Cyrus's fucking godmother, so she already knows what it's like to deal with the
and I love Miley. I'm a Miley. Listen, she's a
problematic white cousin. She's that problematic white girl who she can't say everything because she be saying nigga too much, but you still like her.
I loved it when she did that 23, the black era, and the white folks started hating her. I love that era.
And then she threw us away and went back to her whiteness as soon as she got her check and got some therapy.
I like Miley though.
We do 20 for some reason. Something in the USA. The Black folks love that song. What is it called?
Yeah, Party in the USA.
Niggas love Party in the USA. Miley is at the cookout whether we want her there or not. Okay,
white people she's there with music.
She's just showing up.
She's just showing up with good weed though. She got good weed from what I heard.
Good weed, but it might be raisins in the potato salad. So
there will be raisins.
No. She put cranberries instead of raisins. That's what she did. She put cranberries. There you go.
I forget what. Did y'all see that civil rights video? This is a civil rights video of a man.
I saw that. Yeah, that nasty ass.
There was a man. They were like, okay, so what did it feel like when you sat at the counter and you were boycotting and saying, I demand to eat with the wife? She said, that food was fucking nasty.
That nasty ass food.
It was nasty ass fucking food.
About to get hosed down for this nasty ass food.
I almost died to eat this nasty white food.
He's like, but it was the principle that I could order it.
Y'all can't cook for shit. And the caption says, when you are in the revolution, but there's raisins in the potato salad.
Yeah.
So there's a couple. I honestly think country music and us coming back to country during a MAGA election year is actually fucking amazing. And I think the timing could not be any more perfect.
And we've had a couple of girls in there. I think, was it Samira Wiley? Samira, or was it a different? There's another Black. I'm so sorry if I just got.
I think it's her name, Nikki Guyton, because
yes, Guyton.
Because I'm friends with her friend Cody. Cody is one of the producers behind the Black Love series on OWN, and Cody and Nikki are very good friends. So Cody already has a bunch of cowboy boots. But every time Nikki's in town, she goes to her
Nikki
concert.
Guyton is such an amazing singer, and she has been in that country lane doing it. I think that Beyonce is about to again enter into it, but also one of the favorite songs I know Black girls love was when Carrie Underwood, I dug my key into the side of his pretty little souped up four-wheel drive.
Dug my keys into the side of his
baby. I'm sorry, Carrie. She come to the cookout for that.
Country music is ratchet, y'all. We started this shit.
It's
country
very
music
ratchet.
is the original ratchet. And the thing about Reba, we also have to give credit for Jeffrey, our Taurus white cousin, Kelly Clarkson, my birthday twin.
Kelly Clarkson
is Reba's former daughter-in-law. You know that they used to kiki. They probably both looking at her son crazy and kikiing on the low, smoking a joint together.
Kelly Clarkson, Black people of a certain era like her. I ain't gonna say love. We fuck with her because that was the first season of American Idol. We used to have to call in. We couldn't get on the app. We couldn't just do. We had black people called in and said, "I want that white girl," and she was going against a biracial black man. Justin,
and she was blacker than
what's his
him.
name? And
Justin Guarini. She was blacker than Justin.
And Kelly.
Where's Kelly from? Let me look it up.
Look it up. And Kelly, for all intended purposes, from what we've seen, I only know her from what I see in the media. Kelly has never let go of y'all had me.
She loves us. She fucks with us. And here's the thing that's so interesting about Kelly is like I think her house had burnt down right before she auditioned. I always in my mind call her like the for me when it comes to American Idol, she's like my white Fantasia, like that one person who just has your heart. And when I found out that she was my birthday twin, it made a lot of sense because people born in my day, we have problems not telling the truth, even if it gets us in trouble. She told Clive Davis to suck her dick. Ooh. She was like, Clive, she's like, you're not gonna talk to me crazy, Clive. Like she very much like, don't talk crazy to me. I don't like funny shit. And I was like, oh my God, maybe it's not my fault. It's my birthday. Kelly is about it as bitch. She also is the reason why my friend Bridget Kelly has a Grammy because Bridget actually wrote a song with her and they both got a Grammy together. Kelly is, I'm sorry, I've heard nothing but good things about Kelly Clarkson behind the scenes.
And then I'm gonna leave this alone. My only other unproblematic white woman that I have such a soft space for that I love. Who? I love me some Drew Barrymore. I'm sorry, I love me some Drew Barrymore.
Did you see what happened during the writer's strike?
Damn, did I miss something? What happened?
Yeah, you missed it. She became the queen of the Karens for about a week.
Oh no, I think I wait. Yeah, was she trying to still be on the show, be on the air?
Yeah, her mask fell off completely.
Wait, damn, what happened? All I saw was when she was out in the rain, letting the rain fall.
That
was the whitest shit I ever saw.
Okay. So I feel like I'm giving today on the problematic whites report.
Damn, don't take Drew from me, not Drew Barrymore.
Yeah. What did Drew do?
Drew's performing, but she's been performing since '82, so she's just better at it. So you know when the strike was happening, people lost their homes. People had to move out of state back to other places that were less expensive than LA. It caused a lot of heartache and stress for people, particularly BIPOC creatives, right? Scabbing, for those of you who don't understand the industry, means that even though you know there's a strike, you're basically walking past the picket line to still get your coin, fuck everybody else who ain't got it. Drew is a multi-millionaire who's been around for 30 plus years. She didn't need the money, and yet she decided to scab and do her show without writers. And when she got caught, she lied and said, I didn't, no, there's a special deal. Niggas got receipts. They said, no, Drew, we checked with the SAGs and such. You're lying, you're scabbing. And instead of apologizing, she didn't rehearse. She wrote a Karen speech that was supposed to make us feel bad for her. But the performance was so bad, you could see her reading the script off the camera. And she looked like
Dr. Jackie.
Yeah, it was exactly. It was a really bad apology that wasn't really an apology. She took no accountability and she fake cried badly. It's probably the worst acting of her career. And so people were like, wait, Drew, not only did you lie to us, cross the picket line, say, fuck you niggas who can't pay your rent. Instead of apologizing, you're trying to manipulate us on top of that. And they said, yeah, fuck you, bitch, we're out. And yeah, she pulled a Karen that was so textbook Karen that I love Drew Barrymore deep. Something about Mary's actually Cameron Diaz. What's that movie? Never Been Kissed? There are so many Drew Barrymore movies that I, as a young girl,
why was I just seeing Never Been Kissed the other day?
I love Drew Barrymore and it broke my heart because every day.
It is such a creepy ass movie. She's playing a high schooler and the teachers fall in love with her. Very creepy.
Yeah, no, like they should have all gone to jail for making that movie. That's one of those movies that didn't age very well, but because I thought it started in the theater, I loved it. Drew Barrymore is somebody that we love and we're nostalgic about. I don't think we'd love her as much if the internet was around back then.
Damn. Yeah. Only reason why I'm not going to be completely heartbroken is because some of them writers, probably a majority or a lot, are also white. So she was keeping them from a job.
No, but it wasn't about the whiteness of it all. It was about doing something harmful and playing victim and lying and getting caught. And then you still didn't apologize.
Well, damn. So, lately,
you know who can take her place who's country? You know who I can vouch for who's country as fuck and white as fuck and an OG and is even more of a nigga behind the scenes than you think? Reese Witherspoon.
Oh, Reese.
I can say that I party with Reese Witherspoon. That she's light skinned. I would have never thought Reese Witherspoon was a down ass bitch. She came to Lena's Hillman grad Howard homecoming party. This is a party that is themed around HBCUs. Her and her fine ass white husband showed up as the only two non-niggas in that room. And we're kikiing. She was all in my face, asking me about my day. I was like, you know you Reese Witherspoon, right? You don't have to do this. Like you could tell she's one of those Southern girls who was surrounded by Black folks and has no problem being around us.
Yeah, but she reminded she white. When Mama was outside eating snow off her car, making hot chocolate from it and shit.
That's country though. That's not white, that's country. That's a very country thing to do. I will say I prefer white
snow in the country.
Right, that's what I was thinking. What state?
No. I'm talking about there are people who are in the, I don't say country when it's basically down to earth whites. It's the Midwest. But sorry, Lulu, to your people. I call Midwestern whites because to me that's pure whiteness. Midwestern,
Iowa
yeah,
white.
like you know with the weird accents that they be having, like Fargo and shit. Not
actually, I take it all back. I like Drew. I like Reese, and I like, who do we say before somebody else?
No, I didn't. Drew is on timeout. She's on probation.
Oh damn. Okay, but my favorite white girl is actually Sarah Haynes.
Who's that?
Exactly. Sarah Haynes, she's one of the co-hosts on The View.
Oh, her?
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
I love Sarah Haynes.
She be minding her business. She be minding
her business.
Yeah.
I like Sarah Haynes.
Sarah Haynes acts like I would act if I was white.
Yes.
Because here's how I'd be if I was white. I want to model this to all the white women. We're like, well, damn, Blue and Jeffrey and Lulu, how the fuck we supposed to get invited to the cookout? Like, look, check it. So I'm white. Y'all need anything?
She does that.
That's it.
Sarah is always.
That's it, y'all.
I'm telling you,
I'm white. Haynes. It's popping over here. I win. It feels good to be born into the winning team. People gonna think I'm pretty even when I'm not. I even have to be built properly. I can be built like a fucking Frigidaire. Your man is still gonna want me. Do y'all need anything?
And I'm gonna say this because I know a lot of our audience.
I love that shit.
A lot of the audience like, why the fuck they talking about Sarah Haynes? Probably don't know who she is. Googling her right now, but Sarah Haynes sits. Look, Sarah Haynes sits next to Whoopi Goldberg every day at a table where also you got Sunny Hostin, who is Sunny will remind you.
Spicy Afro-Latina.
Sunny will remind you I'm black. Oh, we also just found out actually her family is descendants of they were enslavers.
Yeah, no, but here's the thing. They were Spanish slave owners, but it's called raping slaves. So that's still not. What does that mean? Of course.
But Sunny was very disappointed. But Sarah sits there every day and all she wants to do is learn, how is my whiteness affecting you? What can I do to not be a Karen? How do I probably have microaggressions I am unaware of? Please let me know when I'm wrong. Sarah sits there and wants to make sure she's a better, I'm not saying a black person, she sits there and wants to make sure she's a better person. And that's why I like her. She just wants to be a better person.
She's a decent human being who happens to be a white woman.
Sarah Haynes, come on the show. I love you.
If we get Sarah Haynes on, it's so funny because when I said who's that, I immediately saw her face pop up next to Whoopi in my head. I was like, no, he can't mean the bitch from The View, but clearly you actually did.
Listen, Sarah Haynes is. I love some Sarah Haynes. I really do. I genuinely love me some Sarah Haynes.
She's my white. Who are okay with being white, who admit it's popping, who admit their privilege and say y'all need anything. That's all we need from y'all. Yep. I don't need you speaking with a black accent and saying, hey girl, like I don't need all that extra shit.
And kneeling and wearing a dashiki and shit. Like
come on, Nancy Pelosi.
Come on, Nancy Pelosi, Black History Month.
Nancy said, this will fuck them up. Come on, y'all.
This will fuck them up.
This will fuck them up.
Nancy knew what to do. Ooh. I have another obsession, not a white girl.
Jeffrey, you have a lot to say when it comes to white women. Like, what's going on?
No, that's what I said. This is not about a white girl.
I ain't never seen Jeffrey talk this much on an episode of Humanized. We said white bitches we fuck with go. And this black man, you see even gay black men got on finish. Y'all see this?
No, I had literally, I don't know why I just had a random thought. Maybe it's the sangria. I made it really strong.
I want some shit.
Because also I saw we're coming up, our clock is coming up. We finna have to get off. Y'all, are y'all watching The Traitors?
So pause real quick before you say anything else.
Ooh.
January 2021, a producer of The Traitors texted me.
Okay. 3 years ago.
Yes. 2021, was it 2022? No, I think it was 2021. To be on the show. And my response was, I'm an emotional intelligence coach. I don't think a show where you're asking me to lie for money is good for my branding. It's not good for me. I'm going to have to pass.
Well,
the show came out. I did not realize it was basically just a rich version of Mafia, my favorite party game of all time. I cried for about a month. And no, seriously, I literally, when the show came out, it became an international success in like 50 different countries. I literally cried and said, bitch, you literally, when they text you, they've already chosen you at that point. You know what I mean? Like
they had UK and Australia before the US version.
This was the US version because it came out right after. This was the US version. The US version, it was half reality stars and half regular people.
Normally,
They wanted me to be one of the regular people because they wanted me to play the role that they eventually got Siri, who fucking won.
Siri won.
The person who replaced me fucking won, Lulu. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Wait, he said Siri and my phone just lit up. Hang on, she was
talking.
Right.
So the fact that I turned this show down when they called me, and the person who was my archetype actually end up winning the fucking show. I was very depressed. Shout out to Cheech and Bridget, who I cried to for several weeks afterwards. And she said, Blue, don't worry. All you gotta do is call them, hey, like, hey, bitch, it's me. Remember me? Like, hey, big head. And ask them if you could come back. Unfortunately, the show got so big, they now only do reality stars and they have no more whatevers. And this season, Phaedra Parks, who I have not forgiven since she lied on Candy's puss, has won me back because of Traitors. Hit it, Jeffrey.
So
I just started, so no spoilers. I just started it.
Oh no, I'm not
Okay.
I'm not gonna get any spoilers.
But Traitors, by the way, is Mafia. So if I actually play Mafia at the game night, can y'all finally say yes? Because y'all never want to play Mafia with me. I love that game.
So the thing is, Traitors, I did not watch any of the Australia and the UK versions, which were also very popular in their own right.
I didn't watch those either.
Yeah, they were very, very popular in their own right. Some say is actually better than the US version. I did not watch season 1 of the Traitors, even though I saw a couple of like half celebrities. I saw some of them I recognized. Just wasn't into it. I jumped into Traitors this season, episode 3. Didn't even see the first 2. I have been hooked. I have been hooked ever since. But Blue, to your point, they had one guy on there, Deontay Miller. He's a boxer, black guy.
With a tender heart. He's a very tender, sensitive boxer. Yeah.
And he actually, for himself, he left the game because he just felt like, oh, I can't lie to people. I can't,
Jeffrey, no spoilers. Lulu literally looked you in your face and said, no spoilers. You just done spoiled the big fucking.
That's one that it happened so early on that it's not.
Jeffrey, okay.
But I'm not giving
no more.
I'm not giving anything else. I'm not giving anything else. But only because, Blue, you said that, like you said that in your, we'll say, pre-interview versus him actually being on the show and going through it. Me, I'm like, it's a game. Like, I ain't taking this shit seriously.
So you're saying that I would have pulled at him and probably cried and left the way he did. You're actually right.
Well, no, I'm saying like, yeah, like he, I could see how people could.
He cared about people. He cared about people. You have to be gutter to win this. You have to shank your friend in the front.
It is a game. I'm like, it's a game. I'm always remembering it is a game. I don't know you niggas.
Do you want your emotional intelligence coach to show you how well she can shank people?
It's a game. It is a game. For a game, yes. In real life, no.
Were y'all January 2021?
But I will say, Traitors, Lutasha. The thing that sucked me into it, y'all, everybody know I am obsessed with the Housewives franchise. So they have 4 housewives, 5, Tamara, Larsa, Phaedra, Sheree.
Sheree's useless as usual, but go ahead.
Sheree don't even know where she at. Sheree is just
like so are we gonna play the game today or we gonna go eat? Like she don't know what's happening.
But Lutasha, it is so addictive. That round table, half the time, the challenges, I think the producers actually need to get better with some of the games. Blue, are you watching it?
Of course I'm watching it. I'm fucking bitter.
I think that some of the games, the producers need to come up with better games. Some of them games are very stupid. But baby, you watch for that round table because that round table is where it goes down. My question for you, Blue, Lutasha, you got to watch it. I think you are going to be absolutely hooked. But Blue, do you like how the show is set up where we, as the audience, we know both who the traitors and the faithfuls are?
Well,
it's still good.
Here's the thing. As someone who loved playing Mafia and usually played the host because my heart's too weak. I'm too tenderhearted. I don't want to die in the middle of the night. So I was usually the Alan Cummings of it all. Like I don't mind hosting it, but I don't want to be a villager. Those of you who don't understand Mafia, because I want to make sure that the audience knows what the fuck we're talking about. Mafia is a game where everybody closes their eyes and we walk, and then the host walks around handing you different cards, right? Some cards mean that you're a villager. You're just a regular person living in a village. Some cards mean you're a Mafia person whose job is to murder everybody in the village. It's a little gruesome. Some cards mean that you're somebody who has a special gift who can save people, right? So you all close your eyes. And then when I say everybody open their eyes, you look at the card and it tells you, are you a person, a regular person, or the Mafia? The cards go away. And suddenly you have to play this game of wits where you're acting like you're a villager, knowing that there's at least 3 or 4 people in this room who are lying directly to your fucking face. Mm-hmm. And so it becomes a social experiment. As somebody who does this work, I love the game of Mafia because you watch how people who are lying, but who love people, what if, I always make sure that the Mafia is split between couples. So there'll be, Lutasha, it'd be you're the Mafia, but LaRon is a regular villager. So now you have to figure out how to kill your man, but lie to him when he thinks that you're an allegiance with him. So it's a great social experiment where everybody is your friend, but 4 of them are not. And it shows you how people lie when they have an incentive, no matter how much they care about you as a person. And the reason why I think the producers recognize that while the game is chilling, like when you're playing it at a game night, shit gets real funky. Like people, I've had a couple of people be like, we didn't talk to each other for a week after Mafia Blue. I don't know what the fuck you got to play that game.
I just don't get that. And like, I love playing games.
Some people take it seriously. Like if your man murdered you and looked you in your face and said, "Nah, baby, you know I didn't do nothing," and then you find out later he was the Mafia, you might feel a way like, "Nigga, what else you lying about?" Like some people, their relationships can't take it. Other folks are like, "Baby, it's a game. I get it. I'm happy you won. Let's put the money." But when you watch the game on TV, I think they had to show you who the Mafia was, because watching the way people maneuver having to lie to their friends and family is a really fascinating social experiment that you rarely get reality stars to admit to. Reality stars usually have a meeting like Giselle and Robin off camera, plan to lie, and then do bad acting on camera. We finally get to see reality stars admitting to being liars on the camera. So I think for that reason alone, that little gem of watching Phaedra and how good she's lying, watching Phaedra in this game made me understand how she set up Candy on Real Housewives of Atlanta. I was like, oh my God, I completely understand how you set up Candy, because you are the Mafia and you're doing all this fucked up shit, but you're playing stupid while your goons are doing the work the same way Portia did in Atlanta. Like it completely made me understand her, but the way she did it was so likable, it actually made me humanize her. So to answer your question, I think they had no choice as a production note. They had to show us the Mafia because there's too much content in those meetings not to show us who the killers are.
Oh, it's good because when the traders get together, Phaedra reads the kids down.
Jeffrey, I have a question for you, real quick. Would you want to be a villager or the Mafia?
As I've been watching, I think I would actually be better suited in a game as a trader. I think I would be better suited.
Jeffrey wants to be a liar.
Yeah, I think I would be better suited as a trader.
Yeah, you're like Phaedra. We wouldn't see you coming.
Mm-hmm.
How about you?
Now they do see me coming. Damn, no,
right? No, you're so good, friend. Don't forget, you're so good at playing stupid.
I think whole time you clocking everything. Yeah, I'll be better suited as a trader, and it is fun again because I know we're playing a game. I'm not really thinking like, oh, I'm lying to you in this deep, meaningful way. We're playing a game.
It's deep and meaningful. Like the first season.
Cameras around.
Jeffrey,
it's literally cameras.
No, Jeffrey, go watch the first season because right now you're watching with a bunch of rich reality stars. The first season, the people saying, I can't pay for my surgery.
Yeah.
And you're lying to them and stealing their surgery money. It actually was kind of painful.
It's a game.
I want to pay for my adoption. Well, fuck your adoption, nigga. I want these shoes. Like,
I don't like kids anyway.
You know what? How about you, Lulu? Would you want to be a trader or would you want to be a civilian?
I for sure want to be a trader, for sure.
Oh my heavens.
It's like Lutasha,
why?
Lutasha, we are only at episode, I think 6 or 7. I will literally rewatch with you if you need me to.
So Lulu can come over now.
Listen, I'm gonna start watching again tonight because I was watching it while I was getting my hair braided and then I forgot about it. So like I'll watch once we get off this pod, I'm gonna cut it off.
Season 2.
Peacock,
just
right?
season 2. You ain't gotta go to the
I will honestly say season 1 was actually really good. Season 1 was
Yeah, and I've actually heard season 1 was really good. It's hard for me to go back.
I'm gonna start with season 2 because I know that Jeff is gonna give me spoilers even if he agrees not to. So let me just go ahead and catch up.
It's so good. It is so good. I literally I'm mad the episodes are not all out at one time, but it's so good.
I love that, and maybe because you haven't seen the finale. The finale of season 1 was the moment where I stopped being a hater because the brutal thing that she had to do to win, I could not.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'll watch the finale.
Yeah, there's a brutality to like you can lie all day long, but at the finish line, you gotta shoot everybody in the face. And that was the moment I was like, oh yeah, no, I would have cried. I would have disqualified myself.
I'd have did it and took my money home.
So the poor lesbian who wants to feed her family and the nigga who needs the surgery and the other nigga, like, okay, you're me.
It's you or me, girl. It's you or me.
Okay.
It's you or me. And we know this is a game. Alan Cummins is standing right there. But it's the camera right here.
But you know what it is though? I think the problem that was for me is the reason why they chose me and ultimately chose Siri was they chose us because we were supposed to be the compassionate maternal figure who was going to make everybody in the room feel seen and loved and heard. They wanted us to be the person that if you don't trust nobody else, you can trust us. Playing that role with the intention of murdering somebody, that does for the work that I do. I could play the role for the show, but that last part, I would start crying.
And it's because, again, they say, yeah, you have to murder somebody. But because I know we ain't murdering you, girl. You just packing your bags going
I'm
home.
murdering your finances and your ability to pay your mortgage.
I'm a lie to your face. You just packing up and going home, girl. You get another call from another reality show.
Well, if any producers would like to circle the block and do another civilian episode of Traitors, invite me back as a villager. But also invite Lulu and Jeffrey to be lying ass traitors because they've already.
But that's the thing. Now we gonna probably be the faithfuls because we didn't say we want to be traitors, so everybody gonna think we a traitor.
Or maybe reverse psychology. You never know. I just think I would do the show if I had friends with me. Funny enough, before we wrap this up.
That would actually be hard if you and Blue, if you and Lou were there.
Yeah, not on my face, nigga.
I would have a harder time. I would have a harder time doing it unless y'all were also traitors
Jeffrey,
with me.
That's the show. They're all friends in this season. That's why I'm saying they're doing it with people that they've known for 20 years. Sheree and Phaedra have known each other for 20 years, and she's lying to them.
They haven't been. In one of the interviews, they're like, "Yeah, we haven't been close." They haven't been close.
No, but Phaedra,
they've known each other. They've known each other.
Let me finish. Phaedra literally said, "I got emotional when Sheree."
Don't spoil.
No, I'm not giving a spoiler. Unlike you, I know how to not give spoilers. I got emotional when Sheree stood up for me because in the 20 years that I've known her, we've had so many ups and downs, and it feels so good to know that we've gotten to a good place. Whole time you're about to murder this bitch. Like, that's your real friend of 20 years that you're about to murder her while you're crying that she had your back. Like, I couldn't do that to my friends, y'all.
Because in this situation, I'm sorry. If there are cameras here, you know this is a game. I know this is a game.
Lulu, it's part of that. If we can't pay for our bus fare home, it's because Jeffrey's a traitor.
I got you if I win.
Oh, nigga, of course you got me, nigga. You paying my rent that month.
But just like people going to these reality shows, be it a housewife or whatever these shows, they're thinking, oh, we're going to be friends. Meanwhile, a bitch is in a confessional talking shit about you because that's the show. I'm going into this Traitors game like, okay, this is a show. This is what I'm being paid to be here for.
Just make sure if you're ever on a reality show with me, you don't say nothing in that confessional that we can't talk about eye white to eye white.
Oh yeah,
when the cameras are off.
And I think a big problem.
You better repeat that with bass in your voice in person.
A big problem with reality shows is that because you'll see like they'll make up or whatever based on what somebody said. It's when the fandom and the outside voices get in that they be like, I wouldn't apologize if I was you. I wouldn't have accepted that apology. And then that's when they be like, maybe you did mean that I was a fucking low-life bitch the whole time.
You see how Jeffrey already has his line? Okay, I'm concerned. Well, speaking of traitors, two people who were on the show together were Larsa Pippen and Michael Jordan Jr. And it was just announced this week that they have broken up. Any thoughts about Scottie Pippen's ex-wife and the son of his teammate breaking up?
I have thoughts, but I will let you two ladies go first.
No, I want you and Lulu to go first.
You go first, Jeff.
So, as a fan of the Real Housewives franchise, Miami is in my zeitgeist. When the news of those two people dating first came out, I was on team too much. Larsa, this is a lot. Larsa, I was very much like, it was just all wrong. Larsa is not my favorite person from what I see on Housewives. But after watching this current season of Housewives and watching them on Traitors, I was here for the relationship. I don't know if y'all watch Miami. I know Lutasha doesn't, Blue.
She made the relationship a lot more palatable on that show.
It's actually because you can look at him and be like, oh, he actually really likes her. She clearly isn't obsessed. She's obsessed with him. But watching it, it's like, oh, wait, again, Miami and Traitors, it's like, wait, he actually also likes her. So I kind of was like, you know what? Fuck what people say. They like each other. Larsa ain't my favorite person, but they found love. That's all people try to do in this world, is find somebody that likes them. They found each other that like each other. So just this weekend hearing damn, they broke up, I was like, damn, I done kind of invested myself and took up and saw love is love. I'm kind of sad. I'm kind of sad to see that they have broken up.
That the Pippen and Jordan wedding won't be happening.
I'm actually kind of sad about it because I really feel like it was a very much like there. It ain't my business, but I'm curious to know why they broke up. And then the second thing I'm gonna say is, y'all niggas need to be watching Miami Housewives. They are number 2, hands down, best of the Housewife franchise.
Who's number 1?
Ooh, after this season, I think Salt Lake took it.
So here's the thing that's so interesting. Carlos King and Dustin, they have, from their tweets and all the things, they're convincing me to finally get Lulu. Let's start it together if you're open. I want to start Salt Lake City because if
don't. I'm gonna tell y'all don't know.
Why?
Because you would have to go back to see. you would have to go back at least to season 2 and start watching it to come up to the arc of it all.
What season are they in now?
They just wrapped season 4.
I could do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna start because I'm tired of not knowing who the fuck Monica is. So
Baby, Monica
yeah, I'm tired.
Shit up.
There's just been too much kikiing without me. I don't like it. So
yeah, Monica shook all the shit up.
no spoilers, Jeffrey. We know how you struggle with that, but
right,
so,
he struggles.
And then the surprise twist in episode 36.
And it was
right.
No more.
Not spoiler wise, but it was our friend James Bland. James watched season 1 because I was not interested in a Salt Lake housewife. I was like, I don't know nothing about Mormons. These are these white. I didn't watch season 1. James kept telling me, Jeffrey, it's good, it's good. Finally, I started watching season 2, and I said, well, wait a damn minute. And it was very good. But season 4, oh, Monica came and rocked the fucking house.
Thank you for that, Jeffrey, because I feel like you want to say more, but we'll clip it there.
Right.
Y'all know, just call me when you got questions. When you got questions, call. I'm the resident housewife expert.
You guys, before we wrap this up, today, for full transparency, is Monday, February 12th. You guys know what's happening midweek. Lulu, you're in a new background. Do you want to share it at all? You can say no.
Ooh.
Okay, Lulu said okay. Do you have look at Jeffrey. Jeffrey, say something so the camera can see you.
I got my moonshine sangria over here.
All right, so do y'all have
where's the sex question before we get out of here?
No, well, we need to do a sex episode in the studio. Jeffrey, we need to talk about what about sex? Let's talk about sex episode. Remember, because you said that you pitched that you wanted us to do a sex episode. Do you guys have any plans for Valentine's Day this week?
Well, all at once. Right.
Let's start with the bitch in the relationship. Hit it, Lulu.
Okay, that's what I'm like. Natasha, girl, this is your segment.
Take it away, Lulu.
We don't have any like hardcore plans, but I mean, I imagine we'll do something, but like we don't have like, he hasn't told me anything, so I'm sure something will happen, but I don't know.
When you have dick on tap, you don't have to make plans. It's just gonna you just press the nozzle and something comes out. That's good. So Lulu said, I ain't gotta make plans. I am the plan. How about you, Jeffrey?
I do not have any set plans for Valentine's Day. I'm hoping that between today and tomorrow, somebody will hire me to cook for their lovely Valentine's dinner. Or I might just scroll through my Rolodex and see who I want to cook dinner for. I don't know.
Hey now.
Sometimes I do things like that with friends where I'm just like, look, we both single. Let's just have a friendly Valentine's. So Blue, you might get a random invitation on what's today? Wednesday. You might get a random invitation, or one of these Negroes might. Who knows? We'll see.
Do you hear that? This is like American Idol. Blue, it's you or a nigga.
I have 2 photos in my hand.
I have 2 photos. Only one of you can have my gumbo. My Valentine's, well, it's so funny. This week is interesting. Tomorrow, I'm having dinner with a friend. He had invited me out on Valentine's Day, but I actually think I'm working from 5 to 7 just for those 2 hours. But I am teaching a class from 5 to 7 because I thought that I was gonna have Valentine's Day off, but my students said, "No, nigga, we need this class." So I'm teaching class, and I didn't want to have any set plans because I want to see how I feel at 7 o'clock when class is over. You know what I mean? So I'm having dinner with a friend tomorrow. My friend, shout out to Rosa Acosta. Valentine's is actually our friend anniversary. She throws a Valentine's friend party every Valentine's week.
Y'all need a chef.
I mean, you should come. You guys are. I'll bring you guys. I'm bringing my friend who I'm having dinner with. Y'all should come. But yeah, so tomorrow we're gonna do dinner and then go to Rosa's. Wednesday I'm gonna teach class and make sure my students aren't crying for Valentine's, and then waiting to see if Jeffrey picks me or not to invite me for dinner. But other than that, I don't have any set Valentine's plans, and it's so interesting. This is one of those years where I don't feel any deep sadness about it because there's so much love and shit just keeping me busy this week that it doesn't feel like there's like a void or anything. So my Valentine's is going to be just a good week, but not necessarily I don't found the one, you know what I mean? This is going to be interesting, guys, because the memes are going to be interesting the next 48 to 72 hours.
About who?
The memes are going to be
Valentine's Day.
There's a meme that I want to post, and it's a man watching a couple kissing for Valentine's, and he's holding a slipper, and he's about to throw it at their heads like, "This is my plans for Valentine's Day." I want to post that, like, Happy Valentine's Day, niggas. But nah, I want to post. Funny enough, I think this episode, the audio is coming out tomorrow, but the visual comes out on Valentine's Day. So for those of you who are watching this on Valentine's Day, I want you to know that you are loved and that whether you have a partner or not, it doesn't necessarily negate your ability to have a
Don't
good
let it get you
Valentine's.
down.
Well, here's the thing. Some people have partners and they're still going to be down because they put the wrong person first.
Truly.
Some of you couples are going to have a worse time than
Some
me,
of you
Jeffrey.
couples ain't going to be posting.
I'm not envying a lot of y'all, okay? Some of you niggas are paying a premium for somebody who don't like you. That's fine.
Okay.
But so regardless of your social status or whether you're in a relationship or not, I hope you're sincerely happy. And if you're sincerely happy, fuck whatever status, right? Jeffrey's happy, he's single. Lulu's happy, she's in a relationship.
It's complicated, Blue.
Oh, my bad. It's complicated. Jeffrey's happy with his complications. Lulu's happy in a relationship. I'm happy pending. I'm waiting for my package to arrive, right? And so just know that whatever state you're in, happiness is not tethered to a relationship status. I just wanted to make sure that we end on that note because I know that it's commodified to make us feel like if you don't have a person or a partner, you failed in some way. Child, the quality of the partner matters more than the partner. Like the quality matters.
You
Is there anything you want?
You can't find somebody to have sex with on Valentine's Day. Go ahead.
Oh, wait. Okay. Wait. I love when I'm about to wrap it up and Jeffrey just starts talking like we off the show. Jeffrey, do you have anything you want to say about wrap it up, safe sex, don't do the pull-out method like me on Valentine's Day unless you want to have a dragon baby. You guys heard this is the year of the dragon?
No.
Wow. I did.
Chinese New Year.
What does the dragon symbolize?
It's the most prosperous year in the Chinese calendar, I guess. And so I was getting my my hair done a couple of days ago, and she's washing my hair, and she was like, you know, if you have a baby before the end of so and so, you could have a dragon baby. I was like, why? I don't. I didn't say I wanted a dragon baby. What's happening? Don't put that on me. Like, so yeah, guys. Unless you want to have a dragon baby, please wrap it up this Valentine's Day. Lulu, Jeff, any last words you want to share with the audience before we head out?
Happy Lover's Day, everyone. And I completely agree with your sentiments because sometimes there are people in relationships and they're lonelier than when they were single. So appreciate the space you're in, whatever space that is, single, together, it's complicated, throuple, whatever. Like it's all good.
You know how sometimes you feel like you catch a stray that might not have been directed at you?
I think it was directed at you. She said it's complicated, throuple, whatever whole shit Jeffrey's doing. Let's all support my friend. That's what Lulu just said. That wasn't a stray nigga. That was a you.
And that's the stuff that if this was a reality show, the fans would be like, Jeffrey, she was talking about you. You need to fight that bitch.
They did it last time when I was talking about something, and then Jeffrey was like, me. I was like, no, Jeffrey, I'm talking about everybody who thinks like you. Somebody comes like, nah, Jeffrey, that bitch was talking about you.
You need to fight that bitch.
I love this show. I want somebody to give us a bag of money so we can go back into the studio. I would love to see y'all's faces. Until that bag of money arrives, I will say, guys, I talked to you earlier. I stopped with my spending problem. I was emotionally spending, guys. Please don't emotionally spend because you just end up regretting it later. I hope everybody, to Lulu's point, has a great Lover's Day, and that if you can't love on somebody else, love on yourself. Jeffrey, do you have anything else you want to say aside from you caught a stray?
Just make sure y'all watch The Traitors. Make sure y'all
Wait, what?
Watch The Traitors. Make sure y'all watch Miami Housewives because Kiki is a fucking star and she needs a mojito. And I love you two ladies. I wish you two ladies a happy Valentine's Day. And yeah.
All right, guys. You guys know as usual, you can find me at BlueCentric. You can find Jeffrey at
Jeffro5, 1F, JEFRO5.
And you can find Lulu at
Lulu_Lou19.
Oh, that sounded so sweet. You could tell Lulu's one here who's getting dick on the regular child. Lulu's fine. I ain't got nothing to prove.
That's why she ready to hang up on us.
Yeah, she's like, all right, y'all ready for man's waiting in the other room.
We're interrupting the nightly dicking.
Yeah, we're gonna let y'all go so that Lulu can go back to her man in the other room. Until next time, happy V-Day, guys. We love you. Bye.
Bye.